Harambe! What's going on, baby? How you doing? Z-Blunt, how are you? Cadavery, what's going on? I tell you what, we were just screwing around with this silly little build. This little ranger here. There we go. And I gotta tell you, ranger from downtown. Omni. Hey, buddy. Can you tell me how sexy I really am? Can you tell me how sexy? Hey, Ison, how are you? Over 9,000. I admire. To keep streaming this? Hell yeah, brother. Hold strong. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Vicious. Why does streaming this take big balls? The bigliest? I mean, okay, but you know, man, look at all these songs we didn't have. Why are they on? There's like all these Bard songs, but we'll buy them all the same. Tarnation. We got to get all these spells and all these. I don't know why I'm not hitting control, but I was like, yeah, I could feel that I was buying the same songs over and over again. I don't know what it was. I just had that like, I feel like I just bought this song. Kama, what's going on? How you doing? Alrighty, let's see. Man, we are missing so many spells in this character. I gotta tell you, we were just over on the test server. We were trying out all the new Bard changes, all the new, not new Bard changes necessarily, but all the Ranger stuff. Holy crap, man! Let me just tell you, the Ranger's pretty bullcrap. Pretty friggin' bullcrap. I tried this build on Solo Self-Found with a crappy bow. Felt bad. Yeah, well, let me just tell you a story. Let me tell you a little story here. You want to see a little story? You want to see a little one? Here, you want to see what we were just pulling 60k DPS on Rallo Zek. We killed him in first I killed him in 31 seconds, and then after that I killed him in 26 seconds. I'm pretty sure you can kill all 4 of the P4 bosses at once. It's pretty insane. The damage that comes out of this is a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous. Whoops. Very impressed. Very impressed. I would say that by and large, it's like one of the it's up there. It's definitely up there in damage. So is it time to make Magic Beast range? So might start slow, but stick with it and be rewarded. Yeah. Oh, hey there, high dead gesture. Love it. Hey, what's going on? What's up, new guy? Yeah, I honestly, so here's what I'll tell you. I'm not entirely sure that the cleric is necessary, and I think I can suck another like 20k DPS out of this character if I'm being like for serial. What's going on, Ears? How you doing? Jesus Christ. Oh God. Just starting Beast Magic. Nice. Nice. Little pet loving for your day. Huh? Medic. What's going on, Medic? How are you? I'm just checking these druids to see if maybe they have some of the spells that aren't on the ranger vendor, because more people are playing. Although there may be a lot of people playing ranger now. Doing well. Are you saying swap out cleric? I'm saying I think that swapping out cleric may have good results. Yes. I want to fiddle with it more, but I think that by swapping out cleric for something else, and I think that you may be able to even swap out bard for more damage, believe it or not. I think that you could put warrior in this build. Yeah, see, nobody sells bloody ranger cells. And if so, what? So I think ranger warrior, two things that could go out of this world. If you played your cards right, it may even be, you may even be able to do something like ranger warrior bard. And what you would utilize is, this is a little too goofy for me right now. So basically what you would do is you would utilize the warrior damage and armor shred cooldowns with the bow. You could also utilize Blade Guardian, and you could literally just like thunder crump something. I don't know if you would need, this is crazy, but I don't know if you would need, man, with Blade Guardian, it does a lot of damage, and it doesn't do damage for a short period of time either. Like, I literally was running around and I was like, Burtox, Kazik, Inni, Ralos, and like just killed them all. Like I killed all of them in under 2 minutes. That's how fast it was. So I don't know. I think there's probably a lot of good, a lot of goodness that can come. This station is like a little messy. Let me try this one. I'm not really feeling the like chaotic lo-fi. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Jesus Christ. Apparently everybody settles things here. You thinking Power Range Roger can pull this off? Power Range Roger could. Words are hard. Yes, Paladin Ranger Rogue can definitely pull it off. I think that it's very likely that with the Fearless, especially that comes along with Paladin, it's probably pretty stupid. I just did 404 Saru in 75 seconds on my Ranger War Beast. It's pretty nice. See, that's what I'm talking about. I think that I honestly don't know if you need like a healer in the build. Everything I just tested, I had to cast a heal one time. And I didn't really need to cast the heal. It was just I was leaning on the side of like air of caution because I wanted to do what I was kind of trying to do. Yeah. And I did discover. So let's talk about attack a little bit. So attack definitely is necessary. So those break out your polished eggs, break out your polished attack augs, man. Get those things out. Rangers got they got buffed. Young Gouda, they got buffed. They got buffed in a big way. Ooh, really? Creeping. Is that so? Interesting. Yeah, they get buffed and they're crazy. They are wild. This was the right choice. This was the right choice. So I was really up in the air about whether or not this would be the thing to go, or if it was either this or the Bard breastplate. And if you take the Bard breastplate, then you're gonna want to take the shawl out of time, the one that has Mars Blessing. Other than that, well, creeping, there's like, there's some rules to that. There's some rules to that. Maybe you're not aware, but I'll teach you. Oh, I'll teach you. So we have some good things going. You know what this makes me want to do though? I'm about to go do something really weird. I'm going to go do a zone I haven't done in a really long time. Like a really long time. Also, you know what else I found out? Rizlona's stacks with Muse. Rizlona's stacks with Muse. Change the T to a P. And yes. Another loyal. I am going to go tear up some Durgans. Welcome to the Hamlet. About to go bust on some dragons. Bro, Mark, man, it feels really good. Really good. I was just over on test, like basically amping this character up as high as I could possibly push it. And man, let me tell you. Oh, Medics, you unfollowed me. Papa Poe, thank you for the follow. Twitch is unfollowing again. Likely story. Nah, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. I get it. All right, we're going to run off to Vishan's Peak real quick. Warrior Ranger Shaman for curses in reverse, 100 hands might be a good idea. Yeah, that could be. It would certainly give you more defense. I will say the procs are a little lackluster. Not super excited about a whole lot of the procs. I personally didn't really like what I saw out of the procs, but whatever. It's okay. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Look at that. Nice to see your face. Yeah. Hi. How you doing? I finally let Omni convince me to do the cam again. No, I finally set everything back up. And before I had the little mirror or the little box or whatever, and I went ahead and set up the green screen and everything. So we're doing good. In addition to that, guys, we are also getting into some charity stuff. So we are going to be collecting money for a nice little thing. You can see it up at the top of the screen there, called Arms 2025. Stack Up, which is a veterans charity. It's helping veterans who are deployed or having mental health issues, mental health crises, all different types of things. Basically, what it does is they help. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that they do to help. But at the end of the day, what they do is they provide groups of people to talk to, peer support. They help veterans who can go and do something fun and get their mind off from, some of the negativity and things that are going on. They do things like supply drops, which are like kits of games and gaming related stuff. And that's what we're trying to do. It costs $1,500 for one supply drop. And so I've dedicated the month of July, even though I know it starts tomorrow, 1 month to collecting that money so that we can hopefully give a group of veterans a little supply drop. So, yeah, that was my thinking anyway. Let's see here. We're going to go to Vishan's Peak. And we're off. Kunark. Skyfire Mountains. You know, the one thing that I remember that I'm not like super excited about bards is their levitate. Plenty of monsters and memories this weekend. I did not. I have been absurdly busy. No, you're fine, Zante. You're not bothering me. Let's see. Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm hoping you can help me with this. How do you reset your password for the emulator client? My login information stopped working for some reason after I logged out the other day, but I can't find a way to reset it. Ooh. I actually don't know off the top of my head. However, we can look it up. New Cam, who dis? What's going on, Furry? How are you? What is good amongst your hood? I have a feeling there's... So you're saying you can't find like a little thing that'll allow you to reset it, huh? Google told me how to reset it on the forums, but I can't find anything for the Oh. Okay. All right. Zanti, I know the problem. All right. So if you go to the website, all right, if you go to their website and you find a little thing, like if you look on the left, there'll be a little bar. And on that little bar, it's weird because you guys can see me, so my hand motions actually mean something now. But if you go and you look at that little bar on the left, you're going to see something that says login account and login password. And that's where you're going to want to go. You're going to want to go to the login account and password. He has a face. No. I do have a face. I know. It's shocking. It's shocking. I understand. Yeah. Yeah. So you want to click on the little button that says login instead of, you know, the other stuff. You know, the other great part about that suppression buff change is that now I can do this zone and I don't have to worry about rebuffing myself every 3 goddamn seconds because of the stupid red dragons. Am I right? You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. These things. These goddamn things. I don't have to worry about your stupid self anymore. Yeah. We're definitely not hitting like we were over there. So on test server, my auto attacks were roughly for like I was auto attacking stuff and just, it was like 13K, 13K, 15K, 16K, 13K. I was just like, something's not right here. Something is doing real good. I feel like they moved those to the sides. Maybe it's just me. It was like, honestly, I think Rangers are going to be nuts. I'm really, really, really excited. I'm actually going to do a whole like separate video for this, all the changes that they made in that last patch. There's a lot of changes, and Sleeper made some things really, really good. So, yeah, big deal, big deal. Get at it. Ooh, we've got bunnies going too, huh? Like some money. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get that money. Money. So part of what makes this this particular combination of Ranger, Cleric, Bard work so well is you really don't have to do a lot of healing because your runes and stuff basically prevent you from doing taking damage. Nate, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you, big dog. Hope you're doing well. Summon me across there. Thank you. What a legend. Now we just need some two-hand love. Yeah, they did boost Rangers, and let me just tell you, from downtown, feels so good. Two-hand love is being talked about. Being talked about. It is. There is some discussion. Whoa. That's weird. Every single hit for 4,000 even? What the hell was happening here? That's weird. BS is hacking the system. You're gonna give me some two-hand love? Yeah, Firefly. Totally. All the two-hand love. We got a magic resist gem. Hot. Great reptile hide. Alright, cool. Off to the next Durgan. Nerds be nerdin'. Nerds be nerdin'. Hell yeah. 4,000 frickin' damage, man. 4,000 damage. That's all I did. It was really strange. Oh my lord. I mean, just, like, this is crazy. Rangers feel good again. Someone call the police. Someone call the ranger police. Rangers need to be death touched again. 3077. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the min. So, what they did is they changed it so that there's like a, they raise the min cap on damage, and that's probably what's happening, is it's hitting that min. What class combination would you... I honestly, I'm not sure on the third class yet, but I think Ranger Warrior is going to be ridiculous. I think Ranger Warrior is going to be absolutely bonkers. The question is, what do you put in the third class? And I don't know. It could be Bard. It could be... I don't actually think it's Shaman. I don't think it's Druid either. You could do some weird things with Necro, potentially. Or Shadow Knight. You could do some weird things with Shadow Knight. But I guess if you did Shadow Knight... I don't know if I'd want to do Warrior if I did Shadow Knight. But I do think Warrior is the most, like, powerful enchanter. Beast for Bloodlust. So, I don't think you... I would like to hear how much damage Bloodlust and Procs are putting out. I actually don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. It's Beast Lord. I did hard mode Zeb in 208 seconds. Interesting. Not Dread. Was that with Ranger Warrior? That was with Ranger Warrior Beast. I finally got back into the game. You're a fantastic question now. Paladin Warrior Monk was a powerful trio. Do you think Ranger is going to overcome that in trio? And still going to be a solid choice. I think that Paladin Warrior Monk is still a very, very solid choice. And I do think that... does Bloodlust work on bows? Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we actually, Danger Zone, we actually parsed out the difference between the Ranger bow and the, Bow of the Tempest and, Celestial Bow of the Karana, which is the Zeb bow. And, it is better. I don't know if it's like a million plat better. If that makes sense. Too bad you can't burr Frenzy at range. Well, you're not really at range the majority of the time, so it's not really, that's not an issue. I just don't know. So Berserkers very much want to stack a different stat, though. Like, Berserkers want strength, right? Whereas Rangers want dex. You know, if you're bowing, you want dex. No combat music in Auto Shop. Gotta play some gangster rap stuff. Hired Goon, nice. Worst part of Ranger is I can't see your cool weapon and shield. No way, bro. You get all this bow. The Zeb bow actually looks really cool too. What percentage better? What percent? It was doing about roughly I guess it would be between like 3 and 4% better. It was doing roughly 1,000 roughly 1,000, because it was spanning, each parse was spanning somewhere between like 700 and 1100 DPS difference. No, I'm running, this is Vishen's Peak. Papa needs his polished rocks, really. Yeah. Yeah. Rangers are back. Well, you know, I wasn't gonna say it, Obeast. I couldn't really solo Zeb with Monk, Pal, Zer. I'd lose like 14 out of 15 times, swap Zer for War. Now I can't lose. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Warrior brings the frickin' pain right now. Worst part of Ranger. Da, 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 da. What's going on, Squeaky Jr.? Candy, no, you're okay. So here's what happened, okay? So what they did is they changed the way they scale. Now they scale more off from the type of bow they're using versus the level of heroic dexterity. They still scale with heroic dexterity. They just are focused or more poignant on the actual bow they're using, and they raise the minimum amount of damage that they're doing. They actually may or may not have had reverse scaling accidentally. Come on, I just need to like. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that works too. They accidentally set up reverse scaling. They didn't do it on purpose. Like it's the coding, I guess, is really weird for it. There's like a couple of different entries where you have to like look at how the damage gets calculated. And there was like a couple of different things where like the bow was doing all the damage at the bottom of the scale instead of the top. And so that's kind of what was happening. Usually whatever I get for AUG, for first AUG, I seem to get on each boss. Yeah. Yeah. I typically see something similar to that, actually. There's something to be said for randomizers and like that being the way that they work too. Like multiplication negatives and positives while adding, subtracting negatives and positives in the same equation. Yeah, probably. That sounds really smart. Yeah, Rangers are freaking busted now. What's going on, Wesker? How are you? I don't know, man. I'm really happy with the Ranger change. I think that it really they're definitely very viable now. They feel very viable. I'm not sure. Oh, God, I line of sighted it before the arrow landed. I'm not really sure where the like what's the next class that needs love, you know? Can you guys think of like, I mean, I guess, you know, we want to see two-handed stuff get buffed. We want to see, I personally would like to see like Rogue get buffed a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. I think Rogue needs to get Tooth Pets. Listen, you're lucky you still even have access to Tooth Pets. You guys and your damn Tooth Pets. And Burning Spikes. Blech. Zerk. So Vox, enlighten me. Why do you think that Zerk very much needs love? Zerk is currently the highest damage build in the game. Free DPS with Cleric Hammer. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. They can't. They said right now they can't do this, like they can't mess with this right now because of the programming in there. Rulin, what are you doing here? Yeah, they are talking about some two-handed buffs. Like there have been discussions about buffing two-handers. You know, that's actually an interesting point. I wonder if they could do something where they, like, you could take the song off your spell bar and maintain it. But maybe it would only be certain songs. I don't know. Could be interesting. Maybe not a class, but two-handed weapon style instead. So, yeah. There is some things. The damage with the warrior compared to the Zerker feels better to me overall, and you can actually kill Zeb with war compared to Zer. IMO Zer with the Pal Monk Zer combo should be able to heal while attacking. Should be able to heal while attacking. I mean, you can hit the frenzy button while casting heal. I don't know. Man, if you start degrading the fact that, like, there's diminishing returns for making decisions on things like heal versus attacking, I think you start to get into a scary place where there's going to be a lot of exploits where people are just going to do damage dumps on things. Come on, die. Oh, Don Rexu. How you doing, Rulin? I haven't seen you in ages, man. How have you been? What have you been doing? I don't know, man. The Berserker definitely pushes out more damage. Working, moving. Not to steal any of your thunder, but I haven't seen VV on lately. Am I just missing, or is he taking a break? So VV has been streaming different games, Chadwick. You're not stealing my thunder at all. VV has been playing some different games. He's been playing Final Fantasy. He talked about wanting to play oh god, Dead by Daylight. He streamed Repo Saturday night, I want to say. Switch my burr for warrior, never going back. Feels like war. Yeah, well, that's because, so it's interesting because if you put warrior and berserker together, then you literally get the thing that's doing the most damage in the game right now. And that's kind of where it gets weird, because you know, you can talk about all right, we need to freaking levitate ourselves. Where the hell's the damn Spirit of Eagles or whatever? Whoa. Hi. How you doing? Hey there. What's happening? What's up, Candy? Yeah. He's been playing some other games, though. You know, enjoying a little bit of variety, as is in his name. Well, my friend must be playing his Warburg Sham wrong, because he can't touch my Monk neck Sham. Well, hi, Dead. You're also talking about two very different things, but his Warburg Sham actually should be crushing DPS, absolutely melting DPS. I runs with spaghetti. Thank you for the follow. Is Warrior Berserker better than Warrior Monk? It depends on what your third class is, Doug. But Warrior Berserker is very, very good. You need a Zeb weapon, the two-handed axe, in order to really open it up. But man, it is absolutely crazy. In fact, I would argue that it is the one build that is very, very dependent on the Zeb weapon. In most other cases, again, my opinion, in most other cases, the Zeb weapon is really not worth it. It's not bad. It's just not worth like the million plat or so, or all of the augs and things that you have to get in order to unlock it. So that's just my opinion. Tenfold King. We sure Vivi's not just keeping his head down so they don't make him do his epics instead of buying them. Yeah. Oh. Maybe that's it. We're he doesn't have Zep weapon. We're kind of new. Yeah. I mean, that could be very well it. Yeah, no worries, man. We have not really seen... What have we seen? One AUG this whole run? Feels bad, man. Papa needs more AUG. I've not gotten an AUG from VP in weeks running 4 tunes. Damn. Dang, your ranger looks very quick. Well, you know, that's what she said. I mean, wait. No, that's not what she said. Terrible. Terrible. Today was not supposed to be... Today was actually not supposed to be an EQ day. But, I was trying to work on my... I was trying to work on my BIS list. And... I was like, man, they just fixed Rangers. VV has been like screaming from the top of the mountains about his Ranger, Paladin, Rogue. And I was like, you know, I'm going to try this and see what we can do with it. But again, I do think the play is Ranger, Warrior. It sounds like Beast Lord is really good. Be kind of curious to see what they've got or what they're working with there. Warriors AUGs on the server are my main complaint. It's ass farming them over and over for every alt. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? If you want a healthy economy, you have to have things for people to spend money on. And AUGs are something that people want to spend money on because they don't want to level them. They don't want to go find them. They don't want to farm them. Some people do, but by and large, a lot of people will just buy them. And so it creates a bit of an economy. It creates a bit of a desire to maintain them. Did the Ranger get better? Oh, yeah. The Ranger got real better. Like, so much better. Agana Roy, thank you so much for the sub with a prime. Heart to you too, baby. Broken, have you been able to solo Zeb Light on Sham Rogue Shaman? Yeah. I've soloed. I can do it. I have been able to do it. I'm actually going to be remaking that video. I have the Warrior Monk Paladin build guide almost done. I've just been really busy with a lot of stuff. Obviously the lawsuit took some time away looking at stuff going on with that, and then after that, I've got my poor dog is, she's not doing well, and we're kind of down near the end of her lifespan, and I've been trying to spend a lot of time with her and do stuff with her, so there has definitely been some neglect of working on stuff at certain times. I cleared Lorga 4 times and got 2 of the AUGs. That's ridiculous. I don't think it's that ridiculous. Now, hear me out. If you just logged into the game and they handed you everything that you needed, how long would you play the game? If they just if they were just here you go. Here's everything. They have to maintain some level of a chase item. There has to be something to work for. Otherwise, and I've actually already heard people basically say, the game's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's not EverQuest because it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. And, that's okay. Some people want it to be a little harder, and that's fine. Well, funds, here's the problem, is they can't, every time they release an expansion or something, They can't just, like, move where all the augs are. They can't just be like, oh, well, you know what? Let's just move where everything is. Every single expansion, we're going to just take everything and move it. Because that also takes it out of the range of the characters that can be farming it and can be earning it. Some people do. Penfold King, I think you're I think you're one of those people too. All right. Sleep with the fishes, Faradar. All right, cool. That's a dead dragon. Why can't they? The amount of work that would take, and then you would be invalidating all those things for people. Like you would basically be like, okay, we only care about the top tier of our players, and the top tier of our players are the only ones who are going to be able to play this game. And that doesn't feel good. We ran into that with Zeb, right? Like we ran into that issue with them putting all this stuff and all this focus on Zeb. Yeah, Ranger got a buff. Yeah, well, sort of. Yes, Ranger got a buff. They got a fix and a buff. Oh, the slow. I should have. Do I even have? If I don't have Radiant Cure, I'm gonna buy it right now. Give me this. Give me this crap. There. I can kill this stuff quick. Got my ideas for a weapon for self-found warrior paladin monk, currently on tactics, and is a struggle at times trying to stay alive. Geldoran. Look, 5 years younger with a new haircut, so you can pass for 65 now. Ouch. Rich. Ouch. Jesus Christ. Do you think Zeb should be even easier? Most combos could do it. No, I don't think. I absolutely don't think Zeb should be easier. How am I still... Geldoran. And enhanced health. And a crown of Ryle. Poop. Actually, wait. I think that turns into a lot of... I think that turns into a lot of... That sucked. We didn't get a single AUG, but okay. I think they need to make Kara harder. Cheeto, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, so I do think... So, guys, the way I think it should be done, and again, this is my opinion, is that you have to keep every tier of the game engaging and interesting. And right now, like, every tier of the game has, like, some type of chase item. And yes, does it feel bad to go back to Lower Gook and, like, kill tons of things trying to chase after Froglock eggs? Sure, it sucks. But if you constantly keep moving all of the content from one expansion to the next expansion to the next expansion, you're going to invalidate tons of content for new players. And everything's going to be sitting at the high end of the game instead of spread out. And that's just going to feel like crap. You know, right now you have variants. Let's say you decide you don't want to do Plane of Time anymore. Okay, go farm Plane of Earth. Go farm Plane of Water. Go farm, like, there's tons of things you can farm where there's value at multiple different locations. And if you can't get the item you want to drop, you can farm other items or even just platinum in order to pay for those items. So, like, there's a lot of different investment in every tier, in every portion of progression in the game currently. I don't know. I think it should stay in that way. That's my opinion, though. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying That's what I think. So once I have POK unlocked, should I go there to buy my spells? Does it have all the spells the Baz does? Yes, it does. High Head, it has all of the spells the Baz does, plus all of the ones in Verona Vi and over there. It also has all the turn-in spells, but then there are also some quested spells that are either sold back to the vendor by other players, or you could turn in rune words, ethereal parchments, and spectral parchments to get the spells for the class that you want. Any tips for doing the Wraith Council fight as a Warmonk pal? Yeah. HT Dean, here's what you do. You grab the whole group of them, you run them off around the corner, and you feign death using Imitate Death, and then like wait till just one of the guys walks around a corner, and then feign death, and then stand back up, grab that guy, and if he aggroes the other ones, just immediately feign death again. And just you'll split the pack up like that. And it makes it really easy. So just add the drop to zones. Then you invalidate the chase, because it's going to be, if you spread out what drops it, then all of a sudden it has no value because it's found everywhere. Yeah. Rich, I can get you in the guild. Where are you at, buddy? I would like POK to be open for all, but make it so you have to be flagged to be able to buy from the spell vendors. Yeah, comma. They've already said that they're not going to do that. Pull them, Route 1, FD. Yeah. Yep. That works really well, Z Blunt. I would be very careful of forcing a new meta, because forcing a new meta means nerfing stuff, and people love nerfs. Saru is still a valuable farm. IMO, the problem with the eggs is that lead to degenerate gameplay. It should be incremental upgrades as you progress. And yeah, I know, but that would take much time to put in. Listen to this broken sermon. He speaks the truth. I like that I can't do everything. Yeah. For me, my biggest issue with the game is I feel like doing dailies are not fun. Yeah, doing dailies are not fun. I agree with you there, Vox. And I understand the plight of like having to run and do the same camps every day, but there are a lot of different things for you to do. And to some extent, you really only need to chase after those augs if you're looking to like min-max yourself completely out. I don't think there's any build in the game that require. In fact, bro, the character that I use to solo Zeb and Saru and everything doesn't even have, like, most of his slots don't even have augments in them. It's just, they're good, and they would make everything so much easier. And I probably, like, sometimes when I go to Zeb, I do die. And that's probably because I don't have augs. But, I don't care enough. To me, it's not that important. I'd much rather just create another character and do, like, a solo self-found challenge for myself, or, like, try to level a new character up on a new account or something. Those Augs and VP, Tactics, Lower Go, Kinetics all feel like they've gotten a massive drop rate nerf at some point. My most recent tune spent 400 AA in Lower Go and saw 2 Augs the entire time. So Vaultstein, this is where I'll get on board with you guys. I do also agree. I do think at some point, whether intentional or unintentional, it does appear that augment drops have, like, first of all, the quality of augment drops appears to be lower. And then, like, the frequency in which you're seeing them seems to be lower. But you know what? We actually have a way to check that, which we should probably check it. If you hate doing stuff on your high level characters in places like Guk or whatever, just make a new build and start. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Mrs. Input Stoic, I've been considering streaming as I love THJ and love the idea of getting its existence out to people and help the community whenever possible I'm able to. Well, Miss Inputs, hit me up in Discord. We can talk. I can help you out if you're interested. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy helping new streamers and streamers in general get rolling. So absolutely, if you're interested. I agree. Each zone should provide a challenge for its level range. Perhaps after the legal stuff is settled, we can ask for hardcore DZ, where everything in the zone levels to max level. Category. Imagine Dungeon Finder, where everything is scaled to your level. I agree. With the uncertainty around Daybreak games, do you think it would be worth starting to stream? Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong. So here's the best thing, okay? First of all, nobody's getting famous overnight. So if you come over and you decide I'm going to stream THJ, and let's say, and I don't think this is going to happen. I don't at all. But let's say something terrible did happen and we lost the server or whatever. The reality is you would get the experience streaming and figuring all that stuff out when it didn't matter, right? Like you would theoretically be learning all the new stuff, figuring out all the little intricacies and things, making all your mistakes and learning. And then you would be able to just pick another game. I don't know. If today, if right now, this very second, right now, if THJ went down, it wouldn't mean I'd stop streaming. I would just shift to something else. Maybe I'd shift to a lot of other things. I don't know. But I love THJ. I love what they've done. This is the longest I've ever consistently played EverQuest, like back to back to back to back. I don't know. It's a good time. Let's see here. Just got this installed using your awesome guide. Any newbie tips for someone just starting? Yeah, Cheeto. What kind of player are you? Like, what are you interested in? Radicus, having a tough choice between Paldrew Necro and Magician Necro Enchanter for my dot guy. Ooh, my wife just got home. Having a tough choice between Paldrew Necro and Magneck. Well, Radicus, do you want a pet build? Or do you want like a dude who can tank? I will say one of the benefits of having the Paladin Druid Necro is that they get fearless. And there's a lot of fights that have fear that you don't think about until you get into them and you don't have fearless. It can be a really annoying mechanic. The Mage Necro Enchanter is also a really, really fun build. I actually play a Magician Druid Enchanter, which is really, really fun. In fact, I hate pet builds, and it is by far my favorite pet build. Broken, I spent time farming and had about 180 items. Took less than 2 days to pretty much sell it all. Made about 90K that I'm sure I'll spend on a twink. Hell yeah, Wesker. When people talk about soloing Zeb, are they talking about the normal Zeb or easy Zeb? I personally was talking about easy Zeb. There are some builds in the game currently that can solo hard Zeb or normal Zeb or whatever we coined the name. It's fun talking about EQ. Yeah, hell yeah. And Vox, any of you guys, these are my opinions. I'm not saying that I'm freaking the authority and this is what it is or this is how this works. This is just how I like to play the game. It's what I think is fun. It's what's entertaining to me. You know what I mean? It's not about like, oh man, you're wrong because you don't do it the way I say. In fact, I even in my build guides, I try to tell people like, listen, this is the most optimized way to do it, but you should do whatever feels good for you. Like, do whatever is going to be fun. Don't worry about playing things like the most busted, stupid, like play what's entertaining. Because if you're one of those people who chases to the end, this server is not going to be for you. You're going to hit that brick wall of the end of the game and you're going to be like, where's the content? And it's going to be like, you burned through all the content. You rip-roared through it all. So, I don't know. Come back at the next expansion, I guess. I don't know. Confirmed. Stoic's way or the highway. I've leveled 3 different tunes using Lower Gook and also doing 200 AAs on them in there. And I think I've seen maybe 3 or 4 Oggs in that time. Yeah, Zolder, I just like Valdstein was saying, I agree. I think that there may have been like a nerf or maybe even like an unintentional adjustment on the loot table for those. I would be very curious to see. I'm going to look it up in EQDB later and see what it says. Making me sad. I got a legendary egg sold and all my plat was on a character I was remaking. Oh, no. Argent Shadow. Seriously. DM, send a message to either Valor, Aporia, or Kata. I'm 100%. Or submit a bug report. Like 100%. Submit a bug report. They can restore characters. It's not something they're like super excited, like peachy keen to do. But if you lost a bunch of money like that, I'm sure they'd be more than willing. Let's see here. I thought Dungeon Finder was going to be auto queue with other people. No, it's not auto queue with other people. Yeah, it's basically like it's own content, which is going to essentially you're going to find people to group with, which I think is going to be actually very interesting. I'm open the door. I'm kind of excited, truth be told. Because so you see all this green text, it's behind me, like, you know, oh God, over here. I got to get used to you see that green text, right? So the cool thing about that is we've built a community. We've built a guild. We're inviting people. We're allowing people to play together. And the awesome part about that is when you create some things that'll allow other people to do it, it's going to really create a better situation for communities and guilds. Communities and guilds are great in free to play games because all of a sudden people start feeling like, maybe I don't want to be as big of a peepee head. Maybe I want to be slightly less of a peepee head so that I can go and do those things. You know, it's one of the reasons games like World of Tanks and League of Legends and stuff like that, like people don't care. Like they just want to troll and get angry and be silly in those things. And to some extent, all free to play games struggle or suffer from that same issue. But when you add senses of community, which I do feel like this server has a lot of community, a ton of community, and I'm super happy to see that. But, you know, it's something that you can always improve on, and you can reward people for being a part of the community. It's great. Playing a time run the other day, though I could solo Zeb, just having, yeah, Vox, dude. Honestly, I can solo time, I can solo Zeb, I can do all that stuff. And the best part about it is like when Void or Reyna or Malik or whoever, Harambe, anybody, I really do enjoy doing that stuff with other people too. It makes it entertaining. It doesn't like it, even if it takes longer, it doesn't feel like it takes longer. It's just more fun in general. This is directly related to you talking about streaming to whomever that was. Just want to add, streaming is more for you than anything. It's the best way to think about it. Yeah, it's different. I don't want to tell anybody like what's important or what's wrong. I'm going to tell you, for me, when I started streaming, I enjoyed streaming, but my goal was to like make this a career. And I'm not like, I know how stupid and how cliche that sounds, but at the end of the day, this was going to happen this way, and I was not going to take anything else for an answer. And that pushed me, and I worked really hard, and I put a ton of time in, and, you know, I tried to work at things, and I still, to this day, there's tons of things for me to learn, but that's what's important to me, and that's what's interesting to me. So, you know, different people, different situations. I try not to tell people like, you know, what's important to them. Speaking of fear, watch Dark Animus, I think, and about 40 others try a dragon in Monsters and Memories. It insta-cast fear on everyone, was hysterical. You told me the authority when you got me to go behind the veggie vendors in Rivervale. Ooh, Josie. Well, listen, that's different, okay? That's different. We don't talk about that. Shh. Where's the chapstick, Dad? THA is a blast. All the combos. Haha, so much fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's so good about Lower Gook Augs? So they have heroic strength, which is one of the like main chase things, but it just so happens that the egg capsules also have heroic AGI and heroic stamina, making them pretty much the best option for the most busted builds in the game right now. Those Augs used to sell for like 300 plat. People used to not even loot them. They were so trash. And then they added a patch that made them really, really relevant. And out of nowhere, like everybody wants them, and they skyrocketed in price overnight. I like to work to make my character better, but I'm not chasing to be the very best. This ain't Pokemon. Isn't it Pokemon? Isn't it? Whoa, holy crap. I missed this. Valdstein with a 25 gifted to the cause. Thank you so much. And Jillykins, thank you for the $5 gifted to the cause. I need to add a sound notification to that. I gotta do something. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I think the vets are gonna really appreciate it as well. So thank you so much, guys. Hell yeah, Song Hunter. Anytime, man. Happy to put out guides. We're gonna be putting out another guide. I just need to sit down and finish the editing. I posted a picture of it in my Discord to show you guys. Like, there's just a little bit of editing left that I need to do, and it'll be out. And that's the Warrior Paladin Monk guide. Sans peepee head. Oh. DB says anywhere between 4% for Mino Elder down to, oh god, really? Don Rexu. So the Mino Elder has the highest percent chance at 4%. Which is hilarious. Why does a Minotaur Elder have the highest chance drop? Here's the real question now. Damn, homie, you got a fresh trim. You looking thin. We a old boy, okay? We a old boy. I'm lucky I still have hair. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We lucky we still have hair. Let's see here. Hit him with these. Oh, god damn, I forgot about freaking fear. I popped everything. No, he's fearing me again. I should have hit fearless. What have I done? I forgot. See, this is what I'm talking about. I forget. I forget. It's easy to forget. Oh, he's all done now. Great. Ridiculous. Polished Rage says 10.5%, but I don't believe it. Ugh. Let's see here. Here's a real question now. What beard oil do you use and get such luscious hair? I don't have it here, but it's called Fires of Freya beard oil. It's made by a viewer. Her name is Tequila, or Tequila Sunrise. And I bought some actually out of her store, and then she gave me some of their like holiday stuff, and that's, you know, where we get that. That's where we get that at. Let's see. Sound the clip VV pearl necklace. I'll have to trick him into saying that and then and record it. We can make this happen. We can do this. We have the technology. Come on. There we go. Ooh, legendary hasten casting. Ooh, and a legendary Salviro. Do we have any noobs in here that want some good items for their new character? Anybody want a noob character get twinked? I don't think there was really anything great in there either. Boo. Shaved my beard off a couple weeks ago. Finished shaving my head. Now I look like a thumb. Nice. Hot. We all have our times. Yes. Eric Ridley. Thanks. Currently building Crushbone and Dungeon Alchemist. Can't wait to show you. Nice, man. Show me a way. You didn't make a donation. Yeah, we read that one. Meaning in a couple of weeks, cause he will get distracted by something. Oh, yeah. That could just as bad around 1.5%. So the hallways leading to between the spawn, going to Talon and Valen's Wing are the best places to get those Augs. They have like a 2.5% chance, I think, or maybe a 3% chance to drop down the 2 wings. The whole rest of the zone is like less than 1%. It's kind of crummy. Let's see here. Unless you're Keston, then it's 50%. Ooh. Oh. Here, you guys want to see one of the benefits of having this camera back? Come here, sweetheart. You okay? You okay? Come here. Oh, you guys get to see pugs. She was gonna get like, Mom, what the hell? This peanut butter has see? Powder. Pugs. Tell him, Dee Dee. Say, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Give me the treats. Give me the treats, boss. Give me the treats. Good job. Good job. You're going to be famous someday, kid. Angry pug. She is the angry pug, actually. It's true. It's true. In regards to Jeldorn, will that pretty much last until Hopebringer? Yeah, actually. Pretty much, yeah. It gives you that same, like, heal. The other thing you can do is you could utilize, like... You said tactics. You're stuck in tactics. Let's see. Lucklin. You would use... You could use... You said you're the warrior... you said you're solo self-found. And you said you're a warrior. Monk paladin. You could also use the... Jalen's katana. At least, I mean, with the life tap that's attached to that and Rage of Ralazek, you'd literally have a control over your health bar. Yep, you could use Garns too. Yeah. Love your doggo, Broken. I want you to know I wish him all the best. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Oh, yeah, she's kind of off to the side. I don't want to like mess with her too much because when she's so basically her heart's failing and her body is starting to retain a ton of fluid, and essentially if you're not careful, that fluid presses against her lungs and her heart and stuff, and it can cause her a lot of strain if you're like manhandling her around. So I don't really want to lift her up. Mind if I ask you what UI you're using? It's called Gear Core, and if you type Alt-O and then you go to load UI skin, you'll find it in here. It's actually released with the game client. One of the original devs, or one of the like assistive devs, Zachary, made this, and he actually made some tinkering and adjustments for me because I wanted to see my XP and stuff. So he actually did some tinkering for that. Sadly, he's gone, and I need to learn how to edit XML so I can keep this thing being relevant, because there's so much stuff that is not a part of this that I would love to like incorporate now. Like, who cares about most of this stuff? There's so many other stats that we could track and look at. Shave my beard off a couple weeks. Yeah, we read that one. I found it always in the mob's legs. Yeah. Even Rallo swing. No, not the Rallo swing. The Talon and Val. Here, we can actually go and we can show you. We can go and show you. Are you okay, honey bear? All right. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. She's got the biggest smile on her face, which is just the saddest thing ever. Let's see. Yeah, Pug-tato, man. Pug-tato. All right, so this is what you want to do. Actually, this will be really good for this character too, because headshot. But this is what you want to do. If you want to farm these hallways, or you want to farm for these augs, this is what you essentially want to do. What's going on, Steven? How are you? So just make sure you loot, you check everything. And with the ranger now doing like insane damage, you just go up and down these hallways, these side hallways, all the way up. Kill everything in the big room, everything up here, turn around, come back, go down this way, and then go back. I'll tell you, it's a lot less annoying today than it used to be with the whole like buff suppression thing. Things used to dispel, and you would lose like your buffs, and it would just be super annoying. Is that a puppers or a pug-tato? Just ordering a hiking kit for my dog today. Backpack, water bowl, doggy bag thing. Ooh, nice. Kentucky, what kind of dog do you have? Talon smacks me or Garns. Yep. Sorry about your dog. Yeah, man. It's not easy. But we in my household, we actually we do a lot of like rescue. Basically, we take in sick dogs. We've taken in a lot of sick dogs. We typically like adopt the dogs that don't get adopted. So the pugs, for instance, are a brother and sister, and when we adopted them, they were about to split them up because nobody wanted to adopt two dogs at once. So we were like, nope, ours. Give them. Those are ours. Those are our pugs. And they've been awesome. They have such personalities. Pugs, like, we've had a lot of dogs, a lot of animals. At one point, we've had 7. And it's interesting, but pugs definitely have a lot of personality, a lot of character in them. So yeah, it's pretty nuts. Heartbreaking when doggos are unwell or old. They are not allowed to do either. My Roddy had a calculate ligament go, and although healed now, I am like, oh yeah, Governor, no joke. I get it for sure. This is our second dog that's had congenitive heart failure, and it's not an easy thing to watch because it's kind of a slow process. And there's a lot of like easing into things that happens. I have a golden doodle labradoodle mix. They call them double doodle. That's that's awesome. That's awesome. We have, so the one that's sick is actually, she's a Chihuahua Beagle. So she's our Cheagle. And then we used to have a Min Pin. We had a full Doberman. We've had a lot of cats too. Cats are freaking the best. I don't even know. What am I leveling at? Oh yeah, the time spinner. I don't even think I want to pick those up. Maybe I do. I don't know. I have a golden doodle, labradoodle. Yeah, the double doodle. With Ranger, you don't really need to run. Just shoot them, and yeah. It's kind of janky the way this works. Like the whole getting summoned to whatever it is. And actually, Vox, you know something that's really funny is with the whole like moving things around and stuff recommendation or like comment. I thought I was going to hate the dispel thing. I thought, I was like, you know what? No, that's not EverQuest. That's not EverQuest. It's not cool. It's dumb. And I got to tell you, I actually really love the suppression thing on Dispel. I love not having to recast all my buffs all the time. Although, if they are going to have us grouping with other people and getting other people's buffs, I need about 20 more buff slots, please. Last night I was doing Zeb with the boys, and let me just tell you, I reached the buff cap several times, and because, like, you know, Grummus spawned and diseased everybody, I lost a buff, and then, you know, not a 10, Grieg spawned and Thought Horror Overfiend, so I had like a curse and I had this other debuff, and so I was losing buffs because I was buff locked and they were casting those debuffs on me. So I'd like to see more. What was the other weapon? So Garns is one. Actually, matter of fact, Wesker, were you the one who asked? Were you the one who was asking about Garns or Jalen's or Jeldoran? Oh wait, I think whoever that was said it was solo self-found. I was gonna say I have a whole bank full of Garns. Or just click the TP so you don't need to walk all the way back. Yeah. With Ranger, you don't need to run. How flippin' cute. I have a golden doodle. Yeah. How sad. I feel you. There's just a ton of buffs. Yeah. Tried to teach my cat to walk on with a harness. It was more of a drag her along, so I gave in. Yeah. This character is a Ranger Cleric Bard. And I don't know what I'm going to switch, but I'm going to switch this class around probably. It's still really good. Don't get me wrong. It's really, really good. And I tested it out over on the test server, and it absolutely wrecked stuff. So I definitely think there's reason to play this build, but I'm going to try and like chase the meta a little bit. I want to see what Rangers really can do now, because I have a real strong feeling they can do some real stupid crap now. You're loving Blade Guardian? Yeah, man. Blade Guardian's the crap. Does 100 Hands affect bows? Not yet. Soon. TM. Soon. They're gonna put what they're gonna do, or what they're talking about doing. I don't think they can do this actually until matters are handled. But basically, what they're gonna do is they're gonna make it so that if you're using a quiver, you will get the 100 Hands effect while shooting bows. And then there's discussion about the balancing and what that could look like. Like, they could add 100 Hands to multiple things and allow you to utilize, like a Ranger gets like 25% 100 Hands, and a Shaman gets 25% 100 Hands, and those 200 Hands could stack. So like Monk would get 50%, right? And that's the cap. And then you could utilize like two classes and put them together and then get like hit the cap with the two classes. I don't know. Could be interesting. I think it certainly adds like an incentive to create more interesting builds and creates more diversity in builds. Broken Stoic. What's going on, nerd? How you doing, baby? What about getting in the little beast and turning them into a WoW hunter? Yeah, maybe for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I do kind of wish. I think the dragons, like the dragon pets for like Wood Elf and High Elf and all that, like I think those are cool. I kind of wish there was a little bit more diversity in pets. I know. Hot take, right? But I do wish there was a little more diversity in the Beast Lord pets. I think that they're cool. I just doesn't really speak to me personally. The Trianon Live is a mood. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that they didn't use the Trian is actually that's actually kind of a clutch thing, given recent events. Bard Ranger, yeah. Bard Ranger Cleric, Drizzt. Couldn't that be a bug fix since quivers don't really work right? Yeah, I mean, I love you. I appreciate what you're putting out there. The problem, like, they want to, like, we and everyone should want everybody to get along and find a amicable resolution so that everyone may benefit. So that EQMU as a total project can benefit. What if, like, guys, all right, you guys want to get into some speculation and what ifs? What if we, like, wound up in a place where Daybreak sold licenses for each expansion? So, like, if you wanted to run an emulated server and it was like Classic, Kunark, and Velius, then you'd pay for Classic, Kunark, Velius. And then if you wanted to, like, go up to Planes of Power, you do Classic, Kunark, Velius, Lucklin, Pop, and there would be like a flat fee for each one. And then as you got closer to the current content for, like, what EverQuest has, and maybe they could keep it like 3 behind, or I don't know, you know, like, they could figure out the details with that. But basically you could come up with a system so that the higher you got or the closer you got to live content, it increased the price, which would make it unreachable by a majority of emulators. But could also, like highly successful ones would want to spend that money. They'd want to jump in and get in on that fun, and that would protect the emulator community as a whole from any future problems or any future issues, and furthermore, it would line Daybreak's pockets. I don't know. Just a thought. The stuck animation and thus hopefully FD bug being fixed is the most exciting thing. Yeah, Chernobyl, no joke. Someone brought up that Q&A a few weeks ago. It seems like open but low prio. Well, so wait, Kama, are you talking about the feigned death bug? The feigned death bug is fixed. The low hit point bug is fixed. My pal Rain Shot is hitting for 15.8 with Fury proc. Jesus Christ. Working in the gray area might backfire, so better not push it. Nah, yeah, I'm not. Like, I'm just talking, like, complete and utter fairy tale land, you know? Franchise it out. That's an interesting concept. So hear me out. And I mean absolutely no disrespect to Daybreak. I would not want them to work for Daybreak. I would not want them to get hired, because the problem with that is ultimately Daybreak serves investors, and we have found that historically investors may not have gamers' best interests in heart when producing things. Often it's actually at our expense, quite literally. So, I mean, I personally would love to see, I would love to see them still remain autonomous. Doesn't City of Heroes sell a license to their emulation community? Maybe. I have no idea. I've never actually played. Well, that's not true. I've played City of Heroes. It didn't stick with me too well. I think I played City of Villains more, right? Isn't there like a City of Heroes and a City of Villains? I think they did something like that. No, the pets. Oh, okay, the pets. I hear you saying, Kama. Hear me out. Kata is sitting on idle hands. I'm willing to bet he's working on all sort. Oh yeah, yeah. Kata's not sitting on idle hands. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. As an enchanter, if you illusion tree your pet, it's perma-rooted. Really, Snippa? I hadn't thought about doing that, but that's actually really kind of interesting. Yeah, I think they did shut down their official servers, nerd. There's certainly a lot of options that would be wild, cool, fun. Yeah. I would really love, I want to live in a world where, you know, Quarm can boot back up, where you know, all the entirety of the EQMU community can create these these fan made things. Like, copyright is such a weird thing, because like if you create fan fiction, right, you know, but I don't know. Oh yeah, Drizner, dude, Drizner. Fiery is really good. I was actually, when I was testing it out, I was using Fiery and Corrupted, and it felt really good. I didn't have to heal but once, and I don't even think I had to heal. I just healed because I was a little bit of a chicken shit. Oh, hello there, Broken's Face. How's Rangers today? Rangers are absolutely amazing. They're sexy, sultry little boys. These Rangers are out here shooting things, making Legolas look like a baby back bitch. It's true. It's true. What investors would not think of how the games would react to things? Say it is not so. Yeah, twisted. Oh, there goes a pug. How do you feel about PvP and EQ? When I heard about that, I wasn't excited. Heard about what? Are you talking about the last Q&A? Vox, are you talking about the last Q&A? Miss me some City of Heroes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Broken. That's why I see Fiery Frags and Bow. Yeah, we'll swap a healing runic when you need. Yeah. I think if THJ is able to get a licensing agreement from Daybreak, I think that would be best. Yeah, Day. I agree. Daybreak has an opportunity to start a new MMO business model, let other developers improve the base game, and charge a percentage of subscription as royalties. Okay, there's a concept for this, and it was called EverQuest Next. It was literally called EverQuest Next, and Landmark, where players were creating the content and the world. They were literally creating dungeons. They were creating like houses. They were creating all of the landscape and everything. This was a thing. It was user created content, which, let me tell you, if you ever talk with Jeff Butler, ask him about user created content. That man is very inspired by it, and honestly, he inspires me when he talks about it. Cause if so, then they might be able to get access to a newer client. Yeah. EQMU being a derivative work would be great. Yeah. I don't get it though. If they let EQMU open, why do they all of a sudden get to shut them down because they're popular? Harambe, that's not exactly what's going on. I don't want to like dive like super deep into this, the details, and I don't want to get into the like the legal beagle weirdness of it. But if you read, there's a 400-page document in existence. If you Google the lawsuit, you can find this 400-page document. In that 400-page document, it outlines exactly why they sued them. It says like unequivocally, this is why we had to pursue. So yes, the numbers are redacted, but it's laid out very clear. Man, I don't know. We have a face to that sexy voice. Runt that monkey. Ooh, hey. How you doing? Is there any kind of GoFundMe to help them with legal fees or anything? Or would that go into that escrow account as well? Seems like donating via the Discord link while this is going on would just, help Daybreak even more. They currently are not collecting money to pay for legal fees. I don't know if that will open up in the future. I know that they have said many times that they're super thankful for their community. We still haven't gotten a nog. They're super thankful for their community, and they're appreciative that their community has like put out like tons and tons of people have reached out to them offering to help. They are like right now they like have what they need, and in the future maybe they do. I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't know what they're like. I'm not a part of the like THJ business. I'm not an employee. I don't work for them or anything like that. So I don't actually know exactly what their situation is. Yeah, something about PvP. Oh God. Yeah, Vox. That was a joke. Vox, the PvP stuff was all joke. So here's how this lays out, okay? I want player housing in the game, and I want guild banks. Player housing and guild banks, okay? And so they keep pushing back on me saying, we'll implement player housing as soon as you learn how to code it and put it in the game. And I'm like, originally he made a comment about all I had to do was learn how to code. So I was like, cool, I'm going to learn HTML and I'm going to create like a GeoCities website. And then you're going to have to give me my player housing. And then they, corrected themselves, of course, as they should. And, now. So it's a rolling joke that basically, if we're going to have the player housing and stuff, it's going to be PvP required, and there's all this stuff, and it's just kind of a rolling joke every time we do a Q&A. We lost the halfling. No, we didn't lose the halfling. I'm just showing off rangers right now. I also found out THA longer after Broken, where does Garns drop? And off you. Garns drops off from Vulok Air and the Sleeper. Either of those. Sounds legit. LOL. Wow. They blaming THA for the lackluster TOP. Maybe listen to any player feedback or put in any effort at all. You're more like a non-paid endorser with a tiny bit of inside knowledge. Yeah. I mean, I do test the server. Like, I do test. Matter of fact, actually, I reached out to Aporia today to see if I could show you guys what's on the test server. There's nothing really special on there. But I wanted to, I was working on my my best in slot list, and I wanted to, continue doing that and show you guys, what I was tinkering with over on test. And unfortunately, he didn't respond back. I'm sure he's busy. But I do test the server, and so that does give me inside knowledge. And because of that, I have to sign an NDA, and I can't... There's certain things that I can't share with you guys. But in addition to that, that's all it is. I just get access to that, and it allows me to make videos. Cause honestly, a lot of the time when I put together a video, that is me. I am going over to the test server, putting everything together on the test server, and then recording everything over there. And the reason being that the amount of time it would take me to level up every single character and then make a video, like you guys would only get like a video every month or something crazy like that, just because it would be so difficult to roll the character up, get all of the things I need, level everything up. Like there wouldn't be any time for any other content or any other, like I'd never stream. I'd never like, I would only be able to do that. And so I've tried to diversify as much as possible. What's the rule on second account trader doubling as a buff machine? Yeah, you can do that. You can have a buff machine, as long as the buff machine / trader stay in the bazaar. You can do whatever the hell you damn well please with that second account. Why do you want player housing? I want player housing because I want to do weird, silly things with my guild or with like people in my guild. I want us to like, so hear me out. Okay. If player housing comes out, I don't know if you guys know how player housing works on live EQ or any of that stuff, but like basically when you kill certain targets and things, you get trophies and you get all these other things in the game. And when you get those trophies and you get those other things, like you can post them up in your house or your guild hall as a means to like advertise how cool your guild is and like, you know, just show off. And so I think it would be really cool if we got these things and we were able to like have like new players and stuff who come into the server, like go into the guild hall and see all this cool stuff and be able to experience it and you know, see some of the other stuff, be able to experience some of the stuff and feel achievements by like going and getting some of the stuff and then bringing it back, and we would put it up in the guild hall, right? Like, you know, oh, we as a guild went out and killed, you know, we did a raid and we killed Nagy, and here's his head, and we put it in the guild hall, and just, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think people would enjoy it. When castles, never. Stupid castle, goddamn castle, man. Who needs GeoCities when you have MySpace? Yeah, but MySpace is all porn now. Should have used Squarespace. Angel Fire or die. The real killer of TLPs is the lack of anti-bot enforcement. Yeah, for me, the real killer of TLPs, and this is pretty sad because I engage in this same behavior, is Chrono. If you gave me a TLP without Chrono, I'd be there, bro. I would play it. I almost played the EQ2 no Chrono page, but then people were cheating, and they were getting around the no Chrono by trading Chrono on EQ1 for things on EQ2, and that's all it was. They just found another way. They found a way around the no Chrono thing. So it still happened. They just did it another way. But I would like to play personally on a no Chrono server. And I think that would also dissuade a lot of the scumbags from coming around. I'm with you on that. I miss the old grind groups, but don't have time for it anymore with a family now. Yeah, hell yeah. How do you feel about time phase quintessence? I feel like it should be a free thing, open up a lot more class options for people doing endgame dailies. I don't think it should be free. Maybe it should cost money. Maybe instead of a drop, you should be able... Oh. What if instead of dropping randomly on P3, you could go spend, what, 5K? 5K? Does that sound fair? Like, you could go spend 5K and it would just bump you, right? I don't know. I think people would pay 5K. I mean, some people are paying 15K now. I guess it depends. Because if you're killing Zeb, it's worth the 15K. If you're not killing Zeb, it really might not be worth the 15K. But then again, you're saving time. So who frickin' knows? I don't know. $5K I would buy one. Yeah. So think about that though, because every time you would run it and you'd pay 5K to skip, that would take 5K out of the economy, which would increase the economy. It would be a viable plat sync. I might try to sell that to them. What do you guys think? You think I should approach them with that idea? I actually kind of like that idea. I feel like it could be a really viable way to like remove plat from the economy and allow players an on-demand way to skip, to like respect your time, right? Like it's an on-demand way. You're like, oh, I'm gonna run out to Umbral Plains. I'm gonna go do two 10-minute runs out there, and I'm gonna be able to buy some quintessences. Or eventually you're gonna get lazy and you're gonna be like, I have enough money, and you're gonna stop farming Umbral Plains, and you're just gonna spend the money. And everything's going to be great. Why is Chrono bad? Chrono is bad because it encourages less than scrupulous players to come in and engage in essentially what is RMT. But it also comes in and it drives, like, people make a living screwing people over and like buying and selling Chrono. And like there's this guy that I used to play with, and he literally paid his mortgage and bought a car with how much money he was making with Chrono. And unfortunately what that meant is like it created a really unhealthy gameplay loop for people, and it created sort of a really greedy system for people to be able to I mean, essentially, like, they abuse new players. They stepped on new players in order to make money. I don't like that. That doesn't feel good for me. Like, that's not a great situation. I like you, Stoic. No Chrono, just saying. Ooh, baby. Chrono is the only reason the servers are still alive. Yeah. I mean, Death, you're probably right. You're probably right. I just don't like it. I'm not saying they're wrong for doing it. I'm just saying I don't like it. I play with Chrono, but I want an actually interesting... Well, that's the whole other thing, Ogre, is seemingly this TLP. I don't know why, but for me, they literally picked every single... they picked every single TLP rule that I had no interest in engaging in. They mashed it all into a ball, and they were like, here you go. Have fun. It's like, what? No. I will not have fun. Fun declined. No. For XYZ, not plat, F that. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, is it creates this environment where like people start getting like really messy. And there were these issues with Chrono that were occurring with the whole chargeback system, and that's a whole nother problem. I don't know, actually, is that happening on Fangbreaker? Do any of you guys play on Fangbreaker? I don't care if you do. Like, good for you. Have fun. Do whatever is gonna make you happy. Don't worry about me. But like, is the chargeback thing still happening? Because I know that was like a really hot thing on Teak when I played on Teak, and it drove me insane. I think, though, as it stands, I mean, in my case, I made it to endgame, and the playing of time took damn near 2 hours, so I swapped all 3 of my tunes of the same thing, but maybe... Yeah, so Vox, that's exactly what... I have a buddy who, like, is literally working on... Excuse me. Turning, like, every single character on his account to the same character build so that he can just burn through it in, like, a half an hour. He's literally that's... He just does it. And I make fun of him all the time because he's, you know, he's got a lot of Zeb weapons. I'm sure you can guess his name. I might be too cheap to spend the 5K though. Well, that's fine. I'm too cheap. I wouldn't spend it, even though like it makes sense to me, but I wouldn't spend it just because that's not the game loop that I'm looking for. 5K to skip P1 through 3 and time is nice for solo self-found, also where you're not going to just convert PP to items. That's a good point. Only problem with that would be by the time they can implement, we'd possibly be in gates, maybe. It depends. It depends. So I don't know. Like, actually, I don't even, I almost said something, but I actually don't even want to speculate because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they have talked about or what their like verbal, so typically when the judge rules on something, they usually like, sometimes there's a request for like clarification that essentially like outline how this thing happens and outline how this thing happens. And like I don't think there's anybody really out here that really understands like what their agreement or what their like discussion was leading up to the wow. I can't even think of the word now. The stipulation. I don't know what the agreement was leading to the stipulated tiara. So none of us were really there. So it's hard to say. And on servers with no randomized loot and non-free trade, it made certain camps not campable unless you had 30 bots. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, might start with an M and end with an ALIC. I just find the first couple of phases of time to be tedious. On Cat, no disagreement. I also find them to be really tedious. It's one of the reasons I don't run time all the time. Like I probably run time the least out of anything. In fact, here's what happens is some days I run time on like 4 or 5 different characters, and then I just let those characters sit and marinate. And then I just like one day we'll be bored sitting around with nothing to do, and like we'll kill Zeb 6 times in a row or something. I just found the Mr. Nerd, did you figure out the Fortnite issue? Make sure you loot that avatar on P3, even if you don't need the regular gear drops. Then do you think oh God, the funds, man. I couldn't even begin to. We still haven't gotten a single AUG, dude. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. We still have not gotten a single AUG. Holy smokes. Dude, did they like something busted? This is kind of wild. The Yeet Cannon! Thank you so much for the sub, baby. Appreciate you, dog. How you doing? I feel like allowing them to continue bug fixes means they're not out to yeah. Listen. All right. I'll tell you guys this story exactly how I talked to somebody else about this recently. If their end game was to shut the server down, they would not have stipulated to not shut the server down. Imagine a world where you want to like you got a guy, okay, who you got a guy and bear with me here, okay? You get a guy who gets in the car and drives while he's intoxicated. And it just so happens that while he's doing that, he kills someone. God forbid. He kills somebody. And he gets a DUI with fatality resulting. Okay? And what ends up happening is they go to the court date, and the prosecutor's like, nope, we want him in jail. He needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail, blah, 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 blah. Then they sit down with the defense and they say, hey, you know what? If he goes to treatment and he gives up his driver's license and he agrees not to fight the civil suit portion of this, can he stay in the community in order to take care of his kids, be there for his wife, maintain his job, and obtain treatment, which he clearly needs? And then the prosecutor says, yeah, we're okay with that. Well, let me tell you, when it comes down to do or die moment, they're going to have a really, really hard time arguing to put that guy back in jail or put that guy in jail at all, because you just left that guy in the community to preserve working on himself and what he had. Like, the court would essentially laugh in your face if you were eventually like, no, you know what? Actually, he needs to go in jail. We let him do all these things, but you know what? Screw it. Erase it all off the board, put him in jail. Like, it's not really all that common of a thing. It does happen. It's not 100% by any stretch, but it's a really good, it's a really good outlook.
Welcome back.
Hype Train. Well, Zarkane resubbed with a tier 1. Thank you so much. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Look at that train. Look at that train. Look at it. Doot, doot. Get him. We want to perform take backsies, Candyman. So Wire Twisters, the way it worked is they originally tried to blindside them. I probably shouldn't even get into some of this stuff, but what I will say is they originally tried to blindside them. What they tried to do is they tried to file for a TRO. And when they filed for that TRO, they filed to basically say that everything should be sealed so that essentially they had no idea that it was coming. They were trying to create an environment where basically they would have shut the server down. They would have no idea that all this court case was even building up behind the scenes. And then they just would have gotten smitten down all at once, right? And what ended up happening was they submitted the same evidence for the TRO that they did for the request to seal. And so the judge came back and said, you have no proof of them being these shisty, horrible human beings that you claim they are. You have no proof that they're going to run off to some other country and do all these bad, horrible things. You have no proof to say that they're going to do these things. You're just claiming that they're going to do it. And so, no, we're not going to grant your TRO. So then they submitted and requested for another TRO. Now, the second TRO they requested was scheduled for tomorrow. And they basically said, hey, listen, we want them to shut this down. This is really bad. Da, 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 da. And then last week, they stipulated to an agreement to essentially implement. So like the TRO happened, the TRO is there, but there's stipulations that allow them to continue to operate so long as they follow these rules. And Daybreak and they came together and made that agreement and submitted a joint motion to the court saying, never mind, we don't need that TRO hearing. We're going to go ahead and continue under this. And as long as we abide by these rules, there's no issues. And we're agreeing. So Daybreak's concern is that they're going to try and like move the case, or they're going to try and like bounce it around. So part of the stipulation was that they agree not to do that. They agree not to release any major content. They agree not to implement any new items, things like that. So basically at this point, like today, as of this moment, the server is not like really in like, oh my God, it's going to get shut down tomorrow or something. The next court date after this, I think, is August 12th. I believe it's August 12th. And so tomorrow is a status conference. And then after that, they have another court date scheduled for August 12th. Now, there's nothing out there in God's green earth here that says that they couldn't be talking right now, coming up with some kind of agreement. Or tomorrow they could have they could 1 o'clock in the morning today, their lawyers could be talking and they could be coming up with some kind of agreement. In my personal mind, that's the best resolution, is that they all sit down at the table and they have this discussion and they come up with some kind of plan together. And that everyone in the emulator community benefits. Everyone. That is the ideal. That is the magical land of wonder. I don't know. I have no idea what the outcome will be or could be. Like, there's so many different possibilities. Yeah, so we are stuck in pop until further notice. Correct. Yeah. This sounds like a Washington courtroom all of a sudden. Why, God, why? I really appreciate the hype train, guys. Level 1, 62%. Definitely appreciate it, guys. Also, if you guys didn't notice, there's a little thing up at, well, freaking pointing is hard here. If you notice up in the upper left-hand corner there's a little bar up across the top of the screen there. And what that is it's a this charity that we're going to be doing for the month of July, where we're raising money for veterans, veterans with mental health and other disabilities. And what it does is they actually do a whole bunch of different things. They're called Stack Up. If you type !stack up in chat, it'll give you some information on them. You can also type !charity, and you can type !call to arms, and each one of those will give you different information. Basically, the way this works is we're collecting money to get someone, a group of veterans somewhere, a supply crate. And what a supply crate is they are going to get like a box of gaming stuff, which will get delivered to them, and it'll essentially help. You know, it'll help give them something to do so they're not just sitting there like focusing on the bad stuff. But Stack Up does a lot of other things too. They build peer support groups. They do these things called airdrops, where they like literally take a group of guys or guys, girls, whoever, veterans, and they take them and they bring them to like Gen Con or Adepticon or like PAX or all the different type of conventions or any of those things, and they just basically do it to take care of the veterans who've come back and like maybe some things weren't so good. And I'm actually going to see about getting some veterans on the stream this month and just like talk about some of the stuff that they've gone through and things like that, and kind of talk about why why things like this are important. And it's something that's important to me. I was law enforcement, corrections, but my family, practically everybody in my family was in the military, and my grandfather included. And so this is a really important and personal charity for me. And if you feel like supporting me, you can support them instead of me and help them out. Do you think there will be a stockpile of content to be released once THJ is allowed to do new stuff again, or are they prohibited from working on it behind the scenes? As far as I know, and this is speculation, the limitation is that they cannot release new content, not that they cannot work on new content. I don't think that there would be a legal standing to prevent them from working on stuff. It would like the legal standing would be to prevent them from making anything, whatever they're working on, public. Because that would be like, hey man, you're stuck at home, but you can't read that book. You better not read that book. LOL, becoming such a large streamer, you get to my comment that is irrelevant 5 minutes later based on your story. Rubaz, I'm sorry, baby. What is your build? Sean Luke, I am a cleric ranger bard. I apologize. I am being really slow at reading chat today. I'm ranting a little more than usual. Deep sleep is very, very strong. Yeah, deep sleep is amazing. I understand that we won't be able to get a 4th of July event, as that would be new content. Does that extend to XP bonuses as well? I don't know. I honestly have no answer to that. I don't really know. I think that I know that Aporia and Kata are dedicated to doing everything they can to working with Daybreak to get to the best possible resolution, and that's really all I know. I mean, I don't know the details. I'm not, I know the paperwork that I read, and I'm somewhat court savvy, so I do kind of understand that stuff, but they don't talk to me about it, and I don't talk to them about it. I don't want to put them in a spot where they tell me something or I say something to them and it jeopardizes their situation. No freaking interest in any of that. Cayenne Pepper, thank you so much for the follow. Mana recovery and pet A's. Thanks for that. Main concern is when I read their cause with their claims is that they're using THJ as a red herring when their numbers were already declining before THJ. Yeah. So nerd, if it goes to trial, they will get. That is really bad for them. That is really, really bad for them because it's a really easy thing to prove. It's a really, 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 really easy thing to prove. So it would be fortuitous to not have to go to a courtroom and get into that stuff. Because that's a whole nother thing, is that when you talk about redacted things and things being sealed, when it gets said in open court, it becomes very public. For mezzes, is there a way to have pets break it? That's a great question, Radicus. I don't know. I don't really mess with pets a whole lot. And I don't mess with pets in matter of fact, I don't mez anything. I can't even tell you the last thing. I cast level 2 Mesmerize to proc deep sleep, and that is about the extent of it. I generally just leave them dotted if I don't want them to stay mez. If mez is on your bar, doppels will mez anyway. Yeah. Oh, good call. Interesting. Oops. I donated with the other link, so I didn't get the link to you. Oh, that's okay. Hey, listen, Nerd Navigator. Holy crap, Nerd Navigator. Thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it, man. That means a lot. Thanks a lot, dude. I really do appreciate it. Oh shit, he's using a cam again. I can finally stop wearing pants while watching the stream. Ooh, baby. You didn't need to wear pants before. Yeah. That's right. Guess we'll find out this week. Positive vibes. I'm not gonna... Oh, this is our first Haiku Og. God damn. That took way too long. That is absurdly long that took. We probably won't find out this week. So they converted the hearing on Tuesday to what's called a status conference, which literally just means, is everything going according to schedule? Yes. Is everything going according to schedule? No. Done. Moving on. That's usually what a status conference is. Can we continue with the currently scheduled court dates? Yes. Can we continue with the currently scheduled court dates? No. That's a status conference. I get the sense that they will lose more customer than gain back from all this. Yeah, I mean, you got to think they wanted to keep it private for a reason, and I don't think it was in like I think that unfortunately them trying to blindside THJ ended up blindsiding themselves a little bit. But again, I do think that at the end of the day, like this is about these guys coming together and really hopefully like doing what's best for the game and what's best for the EverQuest, like the thing that we all come together and love, right? Like I just hope that it works out, because frankly, I've played this game since I was like 13. I think it was 13 years old, 13, 14 years old when I first started playing. And, I love it. It's been great. It got me through some really hard times in my life. So I'd be sad to see it go bye-bye. Daybreak sub numbers are irrelevant to the case, so not sure why that would be. Grimmaker, their sub numbers are relevant to the case because their case is unfair competition. The lawsuit is filed based on unfair competition. So their sub numbers are relevant. I believe the AoE weapons would break a mez. Yeah, there you go. My brain fails me. Does Avatar and Frenzy work with Ranger? Yeah. Avatar and Frenzy both work with Ranger. Yeah. Do you want me to melt something? We can go melt something. We can go find something to melt. They made it part of their case. Yeah. What does Deep Sleep do? Deep Sleep makes it so that the mob has a less chance to hit you. I don't need the cam. The voice is enough to drop the pants. Ooh, Mighty Teo. They can redact info now, but they'd have to spill the beans to speak to prove their case. Yeah. Well, that's where shit gets wild. Because if they decide to go to trial, then there'll be discovery. And discovery basically is the evidence. Like it's the evidence that each party is going to use, right? And that's how things get out. That's how things get talked about that people don't want people talking about. I was referring to whether or not that included XP buffs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it will include, exclude. I mean, they said they can't even introduce new items to the game. So it seems like it's pretty strict. I would give you a donation, but I don't really like you that much. Well, Steven, buddy, you're already a member of my YouTube. Yeah. I see you. Actually, I have a whole video just for you guys. It's going to be very a la carte, not very edited and like gone through, but it's going to be good. I'm going to talk about some stuff. Exciting stuff. Not butt stuff. No. Give Daybreak a small royalty on donations. Call it a day. Back to normal operating procedures. What's going on, Biggs? How you doing, baby? But anyone can play live EQ for no cost. Where's the unfairness? A better product. Well, Kat, I guess you need to be a lawyer. Go take the bar. Go get it done. Get her done, Kat. Unfair competition. You released a terrible... Yeah. So what are you saying? No, I'm not saying Daybreak needs to get good at all. I'm saying that I want THJ and Daybreak to sit down at the table and come up with some duly amicable agreement, so that we can all have, like, everybody can have what they want and what they need. Ornate Greaves. Can't remember if there's a clip. Oh no, my inventory's full. Fuck. All right, never mind. I don't care enough. I need to go sell stuff anyway. Makes you wonder if they released Fangbreaker to make it look like they didn't attract people. I don't think so. That would be some really like 3D chess level freaking, like, hey man, we tanked our entire company so that we could do this lawsuit. Maybe. Who knows? Pettier things have happened in the world, but I don't think that that's it. Corrigan, sweet mother of Verona V. Hi. Hey. What's going on? How you doing? Yeah, petty people do petty things. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And pettier things. Hey, listen, we all heard from Jeff, right? The reason Rangers suck is because some petty asshole didn't like the guy who played Rangers, and so he made Rangers suck. Crazy things happen. Crazy things happen. Nick Lev, thank you so much for the sub, baby. Appreciate you. Love you. No shame in Daybreak saying that to you. Yeah. Hey, listen, they're like, you got to think too. They're working in two very different environments. Like Daybreak has people who pay into their business to try and like make them make money, right? And they have investors get to come in and say, you better do this thing, you better do this thing, and we're not giving you any resources to do it. So it's like we don't know. We're not in there. We don't get to see, or like anything we say is just sheer speculation because we're not there. We have no idea like what little conversations or inklings or nonsense may or may not be happening there, you know? And so unfortunately, that puts us, you know, in kind of a crummy place where we won't know. We won't know until it's done. And even then we might not know. Because frankly, it wouldn't shock me if they make an agreement in court and then they seal that agreement. It would not shock me at all. All right. I need to go talk to this guy because I want to hail. Ooh, who's that guy? Who's that guy? This guy looks familiar. Like I've seen someone as sexy as him before. Look at him. He's looking all sexy, boy. All right. Attune. All right. Now I need to go talk to this nerd. What's up, dude? Yeah. Daybreak does not want to go to trial. That'll be bad for them, regardless of the outcome. Yeah. Speculation is real. Yeah. Yep. Maybe. I don't want to say. I, of course, have opinions, but I do not want to speculate. I think that there's a lot of different chances and a lot of different opportunities for things to come to a good place, and that's what I really want to see. So I'm just going to sit over here and shut my mouth and pray that cool heads prevail and we can all have everything we all want and love. Nudes of Verona V. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Man, my inventory is yucky. Look at this freaking thing. I only joined because I thought it was Pornhub. Oh, well, that's next month's subscription. I just passed the California bar in February. I disagree with Broken. Do not recommend. Law school and studying for the bar are both terrible decisions. What are you going to become, an attorney, a paralegal? What are you doing, Jason? What are you doing with your law papers? With your dirty little law papers, huh? What you going to do? I think we sold everything that I care about selling. We have this one AUG to show for that whole entire time. It's unbelievable. Blech. Blech. One AUG. Handsome dude, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm liking the improved Rangers so far. Didn't Brad play Rangers? Yeah, Brad played Rangers for sure. He's right here. Look at this little Ranger man right here. Look at him. Look at him. Hey there, Brad. What's going on, Brad? How you doing? Look at that. Look at that Brad guy. He's one bad Brad. He is. He's one bad Brad. So on my return, I'm running the Palmonk Burr, got to P5 RZ before I died. I'm 0 of 3 against him. Seems I gotta farm some gear. Og. Biggs, do you want to kill him? You want to kill him? Day. Hi. I think we all know what they say about assume things. That it gives your ass to me. They for sure are to use ND. Yeah. If THJ wins or gets a fair agreement, I think there will be even more people coming to THJ due to the publicity. There's already a lot of people coming. My install video has exploded since the lawsuit. And I can't tell you how many people have said, I learned about the server because of the lawsuit. How do I play? Clean up your inventory, bro. Acadius, listen, okay? Listen. I have nothing to say. It is atrocious. This is actually really, really gross. Hang on. I know what we can do. All right. First of all, we don't care about this one. We'll put this one here, and then we'll put this one meow, and then we'll put this one meow, and then we'll put this one meow. Meow. And then we'll put this one meow. I don't even know. What are these bags? Are these treasure? Oh, they are treasure satchels. Okay. Meow. Meow. Oh my god. What? I am some kind of savage barbarian or something. I don't know. What the hell? Who even thought this freaking organization up? My god. Meow. That looks like crap. But it looks better than it did, so we're going to go with it. More like broken slob. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. None at all. At the end of the day, THJ ran into the perfect storm. THJ is wildly fun and popular, and Daybreak's new TLP is absolute horrific. This has taken numerous players away and hence had a negative effect on their bottom dollar. The fact that they've already had to halt any progression is signs of not good for THA. Who knows? It could go any which way. Any possibility. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what the end game is, you know? And even if it gets shut down, who's not to say that Kata and Aporia finally go off and make that game that they were going to make, you know? There's just so many, like, it's... This is one of the reasons that I don't like speculating on stuff, because it's like, what the hell? Like, who knows? Tomorrow, they might find that when Kata was younger, he slept with like somebody's sister and like it broke up really badly and they're really angry. And then, you know, Al Bundy comes out and talks about how he won that one really good football game. And it just so happens that, you know, one of the other devs was on the other team from Al Bundy, and you know it's not good. It's all wrong, and everything's ended. It's terrible. So, you know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Let's see. Trying to find out IP, ironically enough, but I'm still waiting on my moral character evolution to clear before I get my bar number. I've been working as a paralegal for now. Nice, Jason. I mean, if you're trying to carry me through, I mean, I don't know if I can carry you through Zeb because I have cooldowns, but I can carry you through the rest of it if you want. You can have the DZ with just Zeb up. Although that DZ is gone, so it'll be full clear. Oh, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. So 100% Streisand effect, or however you spell her name. I tried so many servers, was on Wayfarers for a while before finding out about THJ, and I'd prefer to not go back. Goblin Hoarder detected the irony that they waited on releasing things so they wouldn't overshadow the TLP, and it's still... I don't think that's the irony. That's not the irony for me. The irony is that they went way out of their way to try and like appease them. Like they genuinely they like Daybreak. They played on the TLP. By the way, I got everything you listed the other day except the bracers and ears. I will have to win the lottery first. Yeah, Steven, no joke. They're expensive for sure. Clip this and send it to Kata. Kata Steph a home wrecker. Oh god. Biggs, if you want some help for Planet Time, we can help you with Planet Time. Yeah. Yeah, so Needin, that's what I'm hoping as well. I think that like at the end of the day, like that's the skinny, right? Like everybody's acting in good faith and you know, agreements. Let me merc sleeper on this tune real quick and I'll swap over. Okay. Who should we go? Who should we take? Who should we bring? Who should we bring, guys? We can't bring this guy though. He would get stomped. He'd get stomped out. We can't bring this guy either because he sucks. We need to actually do something about this. This monstrosity. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, actually. Berserker, Monk, Paladin. We could switch the Cleric to Paladin. Maybe. But he doesn't, like, he's got a Palladius. Like, bleh. A Mage Pet is better than this guy right now. This guy would be cool, but he's only 55. This build kind of fell behind. I'm not gonna lie, like the whole like nerf to DDD, and then now everything is like a little bit better than DDD is now, roughly about where DDD was. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for this class combo. I know there's people out there that really enjoyed it. All right, let me, yep. Do you need to do 1.0 epics to do 1.5, 2.0? Yeah, Bo, you can do a pre-quest for the 1.5 and then you do 1.5, 2.0. But yes, there's like a pre-quest, or you can do the 1.0 epic. Most of the 1.0 epics are pretty easy on the server. Like they're pretty easy to do. You're just one hope bringer away from turning your Claire Monk Burr into something great. Imagine going before a judge and having to admit two guys in their spare time fixed bugs they couldn't fix over 20 years. So I've been looking for Abyss list for a Warpal Monk for a while now, and I can't tell which list to go off from. Stunzeed, link me another list that's not the one that I have. I want to see how it differs. I can tell you, if you care, which one do I have? I have the one that I wrote. I have this one. I have that BIS list. I'll be curious to see if the one that you have, like, where it differs. He rolled me a care, Pal Bard Wiz. Ooh, Pal Bard Wiz could be cool. All right, sounds good. Appreciate you. Who should we take? Who do you work for? Oh, Vox, I got you, baby. It's right here. Twitch has very specific, like, magical rules of damnation, which say that Twitch has to be offered a better streaming nonsense than YouTube. So I'm sorry. I love YouTube. I love you guys. You guys are great. But if I'm multi-streaming, I'm not even technically allowed to say multi-streaming. Like, it's weird, but it is what it is. Let's see. What do you guys want to see? Who do you want to see? Do you want to see? We've got the Warrior Shaman Necro. We've got the Warrior Paladin Monk. We've got Huntsman. I could technically bring him. He'd be a little on the weak side, but we could bring him. We've got the Shadow Knight Shaman Rogue. This guy, I stripped all his pets and I gave all his pet gear to this guy. And she's kind of trash. I don't know what I'm going to do with this character, actually. SK Rogue Shaman. Woot, first sleeper Lego Og. Which one was it? Bring Mayo, you son of a bitch. Sharpshooting. That's not terrible. That's actually not a bad AUG. If you look at the legendary stats, it's actually pretty good. You can use it on most of the melee characters. All right, I only heard this one, so this is the one we're going to bring. Alrighty. Invite me when you're ready, Biggs. On mediums. Oh, you want me to invite you? If you only heard that one, where... No, yeah, I didn't hear Mayo, you savage. Why do you want to kill that poor boy? Why do you want to hurt that man? He did nothing to you. He loves you. He's a master race. You're trying to kill the other lizard people. That is rude. Chat, tell Nerd that he is being rude trying to kill the Ixar. Not acceptable. Highlander rules. Jesus Christ. Mayo and Relish take on time. Ooh. 1 hour, 2 hours. We're good, I think. Yeah. Sorry, that is a wrong opinion. Gnome Master Race. Well, actually, if you multiply the amount of scales by the triglycerides of the octagon, then you will clearly learn and know that Ixars are in fact the best race in existence, okay? Did I do that right? Did I do good? Did I do good? Ixars eat gnomes. Gnomes taste like frog eggs, I guess. Let's see. Take that off, and let's put disease class there. Blam. Hail. Fire. You nailed the actually. You sound like Mechatorque. Jesus. Actually, you know what? Speaking of actually and Mechatorque, guys, are any of you nerds playing Turtle WoW? And is it worth trying? Is Turtle WoW worth trying? If I installed it, is it worth trying? I can't believe I'm thinking about playing a WoW game again, because I pretty much swore it off after playing Season of Discovery. But Cayenne Pepper, thank you so much for the sub. Who was it that made the hero Ziploc Baggins? That was Variety Void. Variety Vizzle made the Ziploc Baggins. Need a TPS report. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and need you to get me them TPS reports. If you could get those to me by Sunday, that would be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Explain Turtle WoW. Turtle WoW, I guess, my brief understanding is that Turtle WoW is like a harder version of WoW, or like slow leveling. All I know is like I've watched 2 videos. One video was a dude like complaining that he spent an hour playing it and he only got to level 2 and he thought he was going to get to level 10. And the other video that I watched was a dude talking about like how they're working on making it a Unreal 5 game, like Unreal Engine 5, which looked freaking amazing. And sign me up. Yes, please. Can I have some of that? I played Turtle WoW and it wasn't bad. However, when I played, I was dealing with lag that made it unplayable. Ooh. Your build for Monk Pal War looks good. Mine is different because I go hard in the decks, but I like your list. Nice. Yeah, I didn't go that hard. I originally was very, very hard into decks, but I switched it once they made the heroic strength change and never looked back. And I've soloed Zeb with that character, with all those items and everything. a couple of times, and yeah, pretty good. There's actually going to be a whole video of me soloing Zeb with that build coming out here soon. Soon, TM. Hello, did you see they're implementing a one-button rotation native to WoW? Can you explain this one-button rotation thing that they're putting in WoW? Like, can you explain? Like, I understand the concept of a one-button rotation, but like, what are they doing? Like, are they just, they're just doing away with it, or do you have just multiple abilities and it's just a smash key or something? Like, it seems really weird. Man, I always said I wish these things could take longer. I plan to try WoW. WoW Ascension is amazing. WoW Ascension is freaking mind-blowing. I played WoW Ascension like for 2 seasons, and it was great. It was amazing. Oh, I gotta see that video. Yeah. Yeah, it's all recorded. It's half edited. That's the issue. I've been taking time to spend with like my dog and stuff, and you know, it's unfortunately, you know, it will be coming out soon. Very soon. Offer priority list. Oh yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I need. Hit one button and it picks the best skilled. Oh, dude. Do you guys remember there was like an add-on that used to do that? I remember like a rogue add-on that used to like literally just, it would just pick the best skill over and over again. I can't remember what it was, but it would roll your combos through and apply debuffs, and then it would backstab and do all kind of, over there, what was it? It wasn't backstab, it was like assault or something like that. I can't remember. I think he did. Did he already do the undead trial? They're killing add-ons. I heard that. So what, like, what the hell is the thought behind that? What's new? No, Corey, you're good, baby. You're good. So they fixed Ranger scaling on bows, and it feels fudging amazing now. Like, utterly the best. Undead took about 12 seconds. Nice. They basically fixed the scaling on them so that they now, like, they used to reverse scale for a little while. Okay. They did a majority of their damage at the low point of the scaling, and then they actually lost damage the further they went. And so they fixed that, and then they also changed the way they receive. Ooh, God. Bro, did you see that poor boy? Oh, see, this is why you don't do this one. You save the undead one for last. Because if you don't do this one and you just go to the undead one last, then you can just walk down that one tunnel and just kill all the bosses. It's faster. You don't have to kill as much, because now we're gonna have to kill all these, and then we're gonna aggro the other side, and we're gonna have to kill the bosses, and then Jehoshaphat's gonna come out. I dabble in Ascension. I just have no friends, so I get bored easily. I played WoW Ascension from season 3 to season 6 or 7. It was a blast, though. Really burnt out because you end up, yeah, you end up in a leveling loop. Yeah, that's what happened to me, too. But I need A's, only 3,300. We'll get good, man. What are you doing? What are you doing with your baby AAs, man? No. So yeah, they made Rangers better. That's the skinny, is that they made them better. They made them real more better. Way more betterer. Why play with automation? Why not just watch someone else play then? Yeah. I've played with automation in the past. I used WoW Glider back in the day. I usually just I had my computer play my game while I was at work, when I was working in the prison and I couldn't play. So they're literally regress to face smashing. Will be Blizz add-ons replacing. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I guess it's not so bad. Although it's really odd to me that companies are getting more and more away from like player-made content. It really is the future of gaming. And if you don't believe that, have you met Minecraft? Have you met Skyrim? What about Mage Beast Ranger for an actual archery at range build? Yeah, you can do that totally, ET. The only thing that gets a little weird is if you have to heal your pet, you're not shooting. But that is fine. Like, as long as you're okay with that mechanism, I don't think there's anything wrong with that build. I think some people, I know Aporia really likes the concept of having a mage and a ranger. Ooh. I don't know, man. I had plenty of gray and green boys in my raid group. That thing probably does more damage. Jesus. Hey, Stoic, did you get a chance to join the MMO? I did not. Unfortunately, I ended up spending a lot of time with my dog and working on some side stuff. As you can see, we have this big thing up here. Needin, thank you so much for the 20 bucks, by the way. As you can see, we have this whole thing set up. We did some shiny stuff, like here. We added a stinger. We threw in some other stuff. You guys may have noticed them around the stream. But basically, I worked on a bunch of back-end stuff and some networking stuff. And I'm really hoping, mayhaps, that we get to a point where I can like factory pump out videos. I'm also trying to learn DaVinci, which is fun. One thing I don't recommend anybody do is in the middle of making a video, don't decide you're going to learn a new video editing software. It's not really conducive to winning or anything good, really. Look at this man and his slay undead. Coming in here slaying all the undeadzers. Can't wait to try it right now. I'm running Ranger Pal Neck. Hell yeah, dude. Get her done. You mispronounced Dark Elf in that last bit. Brian, if you're referring to the best race, I will grant you that Dark Elf is very good. They're really good. Are they the best? I mean, they're kind of like incest, you know, a little bit of incest. Okay, gotta keep the royalty in the house, if you know what I mean. Love your vids. Haven't played in 25 years. Corey, hell yeah, baby. Great news. I just started level 55. Now first character, a Ranger, Warrior, Druid. Hell yeah, Chris. Get her done, baby. JP Winners at 56. What is a good place to move on from AAs and go for level 65? JP Winners, what do you have access to? Like, what do you have unlocked throughout progression? Automating with MQ2 was the most fun I had playing EQ. Dude, new ad. No joke, man. It just changes the game, because then you get to this point. My first interaction with EverQuest and bots was man, it was on the Vulak server, and let me sing you a little song about that. There was this dude, and he and his son were like two of the only people on the whole server. Like, the server was basically dead, and they ran bots all day, every day, and they literally had bots at like all these camps. So they just put a character into the group, and then it would level up in the group, and then they'd move it to the next group, and they'd move the next character in, and they kept doing that. And so what they did was they were designing an entire like raid group so that they could do Seeds of Destruction raids with entirely bots. Like, just not even like do this and just watch their bots do the entire fight. It was really interesting. It was really cool. That was my introduction though, and it became very fascinating. Like, how do you set your bots up to do things? Like when there's like a thing that's going to cast a debuff on a random target, and then that random target has to run to an area to get cured, and then like it has to happen perfectly so that it doesn't just like each of the characters don't just explode. Like dude, it's crazy. It was really interesting though. It was really neat. You still have to like move your character and stuff. Honestly, I bet it's good scent for accessible people. Yeah, it's true. I had said, you know, to some extent, like too, you've got a whole generation of kids who can barely read. It's not funny, but yeah, you gotta let them play WoW too. Okay, they gotta be able to play WoW too. Incest is wincest. Jesus Christ. Ixar's so good it took a whole expansion to introduce them. Solo self-found at Luckland now. Hell yeah, dude. So you could do the deep if you wanted to level 6 to 60. You could do Syrah. You could do Greg's. You could do Acrylia Ruins. You could do Acrylia Caverns. You could do Umbral Plains. There's a lot of different options for leveling. A lot of different options. You could do Tenebrous Mountains and kill the vampires, the vampires. Kill those vampires. You haven't lived until you 54 box. Listen, there's a server out there called PEQ, and they run a botting app through MQ called E3, and I ran a 64-man raid. I only did it like 3 times, and it was a magical, and then yeah. It was really intense. It was cool. Reminded me of Prepared WoW and his rolling ball of death in Warcraft. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I really love tweaking all the INI. Yeah, exactly. New ad. Exactly, man. That is exactly. That's the super fun part. Like, man, if I set this at this percentage and then I put this up shit and this down shit in there, like, oh, dude, it's going to do this and it's going to do that. That's the current PEQ server. Yeah. Yeah. I freaking love that thing, man. I can't remember the name. There's a guy over there that like he was widely. I'm putting this out there because Acadius, you might know who I'm talking about, but the guy was widely considered an ass. In fact, I was told to avoid him by a lot of players. I got to know him, and he was actually a really chill, really cool guy. He ended up giving me like just enough stuff to get my crew running, and then like helped me learn, like gave me the baseline on like how to get E3 and everything working and running. And it was honestly a ton of fun. I had so much fun. At the time we were doing like Rift Seekers and stuff like that. So like Omens. It was so much fun though. So much fun. I want to say the guy's name started with like an S too. But he was widely known as like the guy he ran like the largest group of tunes around and like doing stuff. I'll never forget, like he ran me through I can't remember what zone it was. No, we don't need to split this. Fucking kill these things. Really cool guy though. Really cool guy. Let's see. Except for me, I'm the only stubborn bastard who never boxed on TGC. I had a lot of fun seeing what I could do solo. Yeah, that's what I did initially. That's what I did initially, is I played completely solo on PEQ, and then I was like, okay, I've hit the limit of what I can do over here. I want to do more. I want to play too. And that was actually the worst part, because the character that I made that was like high level, couldn't group with all the rest of my characters until I got them high enough. But I was able to like farm them some gear and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I actually debated installing that server again recently. Immediately got into the game. Anyone got some tips for me? I really want... I want out off vanilla. Cheeky Squirrel, you're in Classic and you want to get out of Classic? Make a, well, hello there. How are you doing? Make an Ixar and then go outside in a field of bone, and there's some rocks near the pit, like the summon rocks. Go out there, click those, or stand on those summon rocks, and then go back to the character you want to play, and teleport yourself there. Aw, man. Here's the downside of this. Yeah, yeah. Then you can run around. You can run around some of the Kunark zones, like Field of Bone and all that. There is like some limitations on what you can do, but for the most part, you have a lot of zones to run around in. At one point, PQ was cracking down on boxers because it was lagging the server, so we all moved to EQ. Really? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. My understanding is that like they encouraged boxers. You just weren't allowed to like leave your characters in certain zones. For instance, they didn't want like, because at one point like everybody was like leaving all of their bots in Plane of Time, or not Plane of Time, I'm sorry, Plane of Knowledge, because you could walk up and you could say buff me to the characters and it would literally just, you'd get all the buffs, right? I thought you said, listen, some little dude was just telling me they needed AA. You best not be running away from XP, sir. I thought PEQ is I'm maxed. I was just kidding. Oh, well, what the hell? This freaking guy. Can you get the Baconator title if you kill enough piggies here? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. Cambam, I haven't seen the Baconator title. What server was that on? That was on the PEQ server. If you go into the EverQuest emulator website, you'll see that server. And there's instructions for how to install it and play over there. They also have their own forums and everything. It's actually a really great server. I probably knew him. Freaking guy. Look, they must have broken this. I have two Sarens following me. I'm not supposed to be able to have any Sarens, or only one, theoretically. Broken Stoic, level 40 are the dragons level lock. They are not level locked, cheeky. At level 40, depending on your class build, you actually can run right over there and kill them. If you want someone to kill them, I'm sure somebody in chat would help you axe them. It's not like Nagy and Vox are all that hard. If you wanted somebody to punt you into Kunark. There's a lot of really cool, like, chill people in the chat, so... you can also farm gear and Fear Hate at 46 if you still need it. Yeah, there you go. Could also have a wizard or druid teleport you to the Kunark zones. I started with a wizard, so made it easy. Nice. I was from the adventure journey stuff, so it might not be there. Yeah. Like the kill quest to get bags and stuff. Oh, yeah. It's probably not in there then. It might. The only reason I think it could be, or there's a chance it could be, is because Kata was really like Johnny on the spot with like adding in some like little side hidden content. For instance, like the title Slayer of Cat Girls, you know? City of Mist, early set. Yeah, there you go. I can get him flagged for Kunark in about 10 minutes. Need a break from making Crushbone. My eyes are bleeding. There you go. Obese. Obese is going to help you, Cheeky. Cheeky, if you want to say your name in chat, or your in-game name in chat, I can let him know who you are. We got a face cam now. Oh, God. Oh, my God, it's a face cam. That Stoic guy, he's got a face. What the hell? Who let that man have a face? Who let him have a face at all? Even a little bit of face. I wonder if anyone did Emu on City of Heroes. I never did Emu on City of Heroes. I know some people who did. Seems pretty cool. Patty. Obese. This is his character's name. It's a face scam. Puddlefoot, what's up? What's up, Puddlefoot? How you doing? How you do? Patio lawn chair. Love it. Love it. Gotcha. Saving map now. Hell yeah, baby. To be honest, I thought you were just an AI bot. Yeah, yeah. Well, if you ask, some people think like I use a voice synthesizer or something. There's been a couple of people, actually, there's one guy specifically who's commented on like every freaking video who says that he's like, oh man, you know, radio voice, that's not even cool, guy. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. It doesn't even affect me a little bit. Is your name Thor? No, I am not a furry, and I do not say really, really stupid things on the internet and then refuse to take any accountability for my actions. You must be thinking of someone else. Voice acting side hustle when? What do you mean? I already have a side hustle. It's called 1-800-GET-MEN. I mean, not that one. Definitely not. Ravon Lunatic! Sicarius. I only cry at night about it. I only cry when the camera's off. Ooh, Hammer of Holy Vengeance and a Helm of Flowing Time legendary. Oh, damn, Biggs. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Way to get at it. So you guys coming to P99 after they shut the server down. Brandy? Hopefully that won't ever be an issue, and I definitely won't be coming to P99. I played P99 a ton, and I have no interest in P99 anymore. Not that it's a bad server, it's just not my, not my game style anymore. Yeah, that helm is Abyss. You may want to sell that helmet because it'll sell for a lot because it's also a best in slot pet item. So the legendary version, if you shift control click the helmet, you can take a look at it. It's probably worth a pretty penny. And instead we got some awesome drama. No Patty online. Hey Squirrel, message this guy. Message this guy for me. His name is Toady, like that. I don't know if they can shut P99 down, because that would be a violation of their agreement, theoretically. Like, it may, I don't know. It's a weird, that would be, again, speculation. But they have an agreement with P99 from way before. Zigzag! Come on, Nucky. Let's kick it green style. Baby, listen, I saw Pac put out a Quake request. and I about peed my pants. I was like, oh, no. Oh, no bat phones here. No bat phones here. No, thank you. No. My days of poop socking freaking Avatar of War or Statue rather or Tormax or Vulak, those days are long gone. I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't have to alter it further. Oh God, Bruhat, don't do it. Don't do it. Please, no. No. I've been lurking all afternoon building a shelf in my closet, but I had to comment on that one. Yeah. Listen, I would think about logging back in over there, and I would probably group with people over there. I don't have any desire to, like, re-engage in the endgame content over there. Not even, like, a little bit. In fact, Quarm was not my personal cup of tea, but I will say that was one of the things that I did really like about Quarm, is that you could theoretically go over there and you could raid and you could do all kinds of things in the end game, and you didn't have to worry about poop socking. You didn't have to worry about all that stuff. And then you know what I did? I went over to Quarm and I became an officer and faceless. And don't ask me why. I didn't say that it made sense. Because I'm an idiot, that's why. And yeah, we were the first guys. We killed Nagy and Vox at level 20 or something. It was like 25 or 30, I think. It was super stupid. Yes, we were like 30 mages and necromancers, just like thunder casting pets. It was great. It was everything you hoped it could be. But I did actually really enjoy the fact that, you know, you didn't have to like they had raid zones, which was not how it was originally. Like, it wasn't supposed to be that way. They eventually they relatively quickly dropped the books. Dang, Quarm debating with the Bracer of the Inferno. Damn it, Quarm, what the hell? I'm ultra, yeah. I've been lurking, yeah. We'll play P99 when they introduce instance raids. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. He'll let anyone be an officer these days? Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Listen, like, I'm not gonna lie. I have no problem with Zaid. Honestly, Zaid and I were, like, decent. I have no, like, the guy was always like, you know, we used to shoot the shit and stuff. I don't really talk to him now, but I had no problem with him. I did get banned on Project Quarm. That did happen. Whoops. Oh, no shit, dude. You know what's funny about that? There's another guy that I knew actually from Project Quarm. We were both officers over there. What's going on, Mango? Oh, hello there. Well, hello. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if it's not everyone's favorite Final Fantasy XIV streamer, Variety Void. Here you go, baby. Variety Void is on the THJ stream team. In fact, he runs the damn thing. Ah, crap. He's on my back. He's stabbing me in my butthole. Ah, crap. That sucked. I got summoned and turned around. Yeah, Ziploc Baggins. Tell me about Ziploc Baggins. I hear this is a new character. I should have trademarked it. Bro, I was in freaking Dial-A-Port, okay? I used to give away free freaking ports all the time. As a matter of fact, actually, if you're in Dial-A-Port, there's like a whole rule around it. Dial-A-Port never charges anybody for anything. Zek always be back attacking? Yeah, bro, he put his hands like on my shoulders like this, and he was like, whoop, whoop. Variety does variety. All right, let's see here. Hang on, let me click all my stupid slow casting items. Can anyone confirm that a stone golem drops the ruby gauntlets? Ooh. Maybe. I think I got my ruby gauntlets off from like some random mob, actually. Hi. No. Oh, God. Wow. No, slow. Freaking slow sucks, man. It's the worst. Wow, he just hit that. They just double slowed me. They casted it back to back. Slow sucks. Yeah, it does. It's the worst. It's the freaking worst. I don't even play nice, man. I don't even play nice, man. It's game over, man. Click that shield 1 bajillion times. Yeah. I try. I actually try to click it a bajillion and a half times, but, you know, what are you going to do? Increase the casting time of clickies? What do you mean increase the casting time? That sounds terrible. Do not increase my casting time of clickies. I will fight you in the arena. I will fight you right in the arena, sir. Let's see if he got the good item. Let's see if he got the goods. Shroud of Eternity, Talisman of the Elements, Timeless Breastplate Mold, and Spool of Time. Boo. That ain't no bracer, dog. Ain't got no bracer. Pally BP is dope for Quarm. 1 click and chillin'. Sometimes 2 clicks. Hell yeah. Slow is a game-warpingly bad mechanic, much like a lot of EQ's original mechanics. I'm probably not, because I don't have enough shielding on this character. I don't know. We have a rock star who's in the chat right now. His name is Variety Void. He could probably join this instance and we could just beat his ass, but he could bring one of his pet builds or something, but he might want to play those all by himself, you know? Play with himself. I mean, we would need a tank Void. I mean, I might be able to tank it, but I would need these back up. Yeah, we're helping Biggs. Slow is pretty odd. You get like 90% slowed and it feels like 600%. Yeah, it's true. And Vox, that is one thing that is like, slow is insanely strong. Also, just bringing this up again, up there, right up there in the opposite corner, there's a neat little thing. It talks about stack up. Stack up is a charity that's very close to my heart. It's a bunch of guys and girls that are helping veterans with mental health and various other disabilities. They run a variety of programs where they run peer support groups and all kinds of other things. You can say teabag. I don't know why it didn't let you say teabag, but it didn't want to let you say teabag. They move people out. They do these things called airdrops, which basically allows them to, or air assault actually is what it's called. And the air assault is where they take veterans who are struggling with these issues and they take them to Gen Con, Adepticon, things like that. Supply drops are where they get a bunch of like gaming consoles and games and various other gaming stuff, and they send them to groups of guys and girls so they have something to do and take their mind away from sort of the woes and the nonsense and the bull crap that they're dealing with. And like I said, they also run peer support groups, and it's really kind of a cool thing just as a whole, something I get behind personally. And for the entire month of July, I know it starts tomorrow, we're going to be running this charity, and hopefully we're going to raise $1,500 so that we can afford a supply drop all by our lonesome. Really exciting. Yeah, look at this variety visital character. Oh yeah, look at this. He's going to destroy this thing. I didn't realize he was going to bring this guy. Okay. We'll Void easy mode. Easy mode, Void. My ass ain't ready for hard mode. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hold on. It looks like it could be ready. It looks like it could be ready. Devin, hey there. How you doing? I see you. I see you there. We need the good shits, yo. So Biggs, the way it works is he drops all the same stuff. He just drops one less item or half items, depending on who you talk to. Yeah. Tight and puckered. Ooh, giggity. So it's weird because, like, there's three of us, right? So there's three of us. So he's supposed to drop one more item, but we're doing easy. So he's supposed to drop one less item. There's like artifact. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? There's a ghost behind me. That was weird. Hawk to day. Is that brownie booty bleached or is it just white chocolate chip flavored? Ooh, blue steel. Damn. What do we got? What are we crafting? Consume. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Face guard? Yeah, we'll do face guard. No, 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 no. Oh, God. I'm just over here tanking Zeb. No big deal. So, I know I said gauntlets. It was the helm I'm after. Aw, poop. Poop. Oh, God. Yeah. Well, that sucks because I hit that cooldown right before I died. Any word on Quarm? I had to go to Fangbreaker to get my EQ fix. Jeff, I have not heard anything personally. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention, so I don't necessarily know. I saw Secrets chatting in there earlier today. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Mayhaps. Could be. Could be not. I cleared all time in THA, but never could get Zeb less than 90. He's a tough boy. And I like how I'm over here buffing before I go fight with them. This is vitally important, okay? I can help with Zeb if you need. Oh, no, we're going to kill him. Probably. Let's see. Looks like they're on... Quargi is Velius. Oh, shit. Biggs died too? Damn. 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 All right, we do got to throw like a little dot on him, though. A little dot on him. A little dot on him. There we go. You got to put a dot on him because otherwise he doesn't get slowed, and that feels bad. If he doesn't get slowed, then he doesn't die. And if he doesn't die, then we lose. And, you know, who wants to lose, really? Really? Anyway, who the hell is Quaggy? He's a frickin' Othmere or whatever the hell they are out in the frickin' Cobalt Scar. He's a noob. Oh, cool. Emperor. And I have all my poison dots and magic dots up. Really exciting. Really exciting, Emperor. Thanks, you jerk. If you don't mind me saying, if you're out and about and cross a veteran and have the urge to thank them for their service, some of us veterans don't like being touched. Dude, I think most veterans don't want to be touched. That would go the same for me. If you want to find a quick way to potentially get yourself injured, I personally, after working in prisons and having 35 to 62 men who want nothing more than to hurt me sometimes around me, a good way to get yourself injured would be to touch me. Ooh, nice. Well, at least he's going to die quick. I don't like being thanked for my... Hey, Sergeant Bowman. Thank you for your late night service. You know the one. You know. You know the one. Yeah. I'm gonna wait till the stars start popping. There we go. Oh shit. Never mind. I'm gonna do it now because he's killing my face hole. Nope. Sounds like a variety void problem. I feign death faster than that one girl from the trailer park at the prom, you know? Someone hasn't leveled up tailoring. Was it you? Is it me? Who hasn't leveled tailoring? That's the worst. I used to play on Plagic Lazarus, and I found out about THJ yesterday from Ionic Blaze's video. In his video, he mentioned you, and I have been binge watching your YouTube video days all day while war. Oh yeah, yeah, boy, excellent, love it, love it, hell yeah. Did you see anything good? Did you see anything bad? Most people don't want to be touched. You know, that's like the funny thing about that is that's, I know it sounds weird, but that's actually a new thing. Like people not wanting to be touched. It's new. It's brand new. Brand new on the street. I don't know. Ah, there you go. See? They like being touched. Ah, there we go. He's dead. There you go, Biggs. Now you killed him. Now you can say you killed him. Now you can say you killed him. I like your videos of the class combination reviews and breakdowns. Yeah, we're going to be doing more of that stuff. Wow, he dropped 3? Jesus Christ. Frenzied Howling. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's all he drops, dude. He only drops Augs and he drops a Vortex, which you use to craft a really crazy weapon. Except it's not like the crazy weapon is kind of not as crazy. Hey, Void, thank you so much, buddy. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you. People kill Othmirs for their Prolin. Smart thinking. Smart thinking. Faster than that drunk girl at the bar? Maybe. Cathartic Mess says, worked in a max security asylum for some years. That was a wild ride. Fuck that. Nope. I worked in a max security facility. We literally had like people who were attempting to escape and like had planned to kill people in the process. And I would still choose that over an insane asylum. Thank you. Solid pass. Solid pass. Great way of explaining everything in a way that's easy to understand. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. That's the hope, is that people understand and they can learn. And like, I try to not like push a lot of my opinion on people. And I try to tell people, hey, like, do what makes sense to you. Do what's enjoyable, what's fun. Because really, at the end of the day, like, that's what it's about. It's about having fun. And like, some people are like, yeah, I want to get to the end. And some people are like, no, I want to go as slow as possible. Some people are like, man, I really want to do that quest that I did like 25 years ago. It's all different. It's cool. Ain't no laws when you got white claws. Hell yeah, man. Fupa Freak. Jesus Christ. That's a name. What in the crap? What the? Okay. Okay. Laddie Daddy. Sir Koopman. We someone actually escape and make his way to one of my coworkers' houses. Surprisingly, no one got hurt. He intended to do, dude. I will never forget. We had somebody escape our local facility, and he went out and found his therapist. And yep, some really twisted shit. I'm not going to get into it because it'll give people nightmares. But yeah. Is there a lot of grouping on the server? Or do most people just do their own thing? So, Devin, no boxing. No. Unless you want to keep a character in the bazaar, and then you can like run around the world and like play your other character. And your character that's in the bazaar, if they're like leveled up and they cast buffs on you or whatever, that's fine. But only one character outside of the bazaar. And then as far as grouping, it's all up to you, man. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to join my guild, where there's quite a bit of active people playing. Holy shit balls. Jesus Christ, there's more people than I was expecting. But there's quite a few people, And people group all the time in my guild. So you're more than welcome. When you do get in game, it sounds like you're at work now. But when you do get in game, if you want to just message anybody who has the Broken Ones title, anybody in the guild can invite. So yeah, get at it, baby. People do group, people do all kinds of things. Void and myself, we actually played with the devs and a couple of the original guys that used to work on EverQuest. And we played in a 6-man group, and we did everything in a 6-man group. And we did everything on like the hardest difficulty. So it was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was really enjoyable. I guess I'm gonna go kill Sleeper real quick on this dude since I cans go kill Sleeper real quick. Valios Eastern Waste. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, no problem, dude. The only there's no requirements or anything like that. The only thing I ask is that people in my guild don't be dicks and you try to help people when you can. We're all about, just helping each other out, building a positive community, helping just whatever, man. Like just chilling, having a good time, no drama, no nonsense. That's all I ask. So this keeping and alt buff bot in Bazaar, does one need to request some place for that, or how does it work? No, you can actually just level another character up on that account, right? And then utilizing that character on that account, you can so I wouldn't log this character in. I would log a character in from that other account. I would then level that character up and unlock all the progression, and then I would just leave that character in the Bazaar. And whenever I went back there, that character could then give me all the buffs and everything, And that's how it works. If you try to leave the Bazaar with more than one character, I don't know which character gets kicked off or if they both get kicked off, but it'll check for the IP and make sure that there's not 2 characters out there. And then it'll kick you in the nut. If you're smart, you can use your main account to flag the other account, even without breaking the rules. What I think Sean Luke is referring to is you can essentially invite your other character to your group, and you can run around and do the DZs on one character, and then have your other character go to the zone and do the hails and get credit, I think. Am I close, Sean Luke? Yeah, I figured. I thought about doing that myself. I can wait to roll my first character on the server. I'm already thinking of which class combo. Ooh, SK Bard Shami sounds fun. Yeah, SK Bard Shaman would be great, actually, Devin. We used a Bazaar bag, kept a Bazaar bag on my main and used it to port my buff bot to place. Oh, new ad. That's smart. Have to invite first, though. Yeah. That's cool. Smart. Schmat. It's Schmat thinking. Smasher, thank you so much for the sub 3-month streak. What? In the butt. Said what? In the butt. Yeah. Good times. Good times, everyone. Good news, everyone. We're gonna kill the Sleeper. I tend to log in Baz tune first because I have had several times where I log her in and she's in her starting city. So Don Rexu, that is a part of apparently the zone itself crashes. And when the zone crashes, it kicks everybody in that zone back to their starting point. Who knew? It's happened to me a lot too. No clue what a Bazaar bag is. So if you go to the bag vendor in the Bazaar, it's marked bag vendor, then they sell all kinds of seller bags. A trader satchel is what you're looking for. And the trader satchel has more slots in it, but it's very heavy. And if you try to leave the Bazaar with it, then it says, go plug a hole and kicks you back to the Bazaar. You could totally be a voice actor. You sound like the dude from Diablo. Oh, that's no. What you're looking for is it is with great disdain that I inform you the 4 prime evils have... Yeah, that one. Stay a while and listen. Or stay a while and glisten. Yes. Is that better? Did I do it? Did I do the thing for you? Deckard Cain. Or perhaps that's not what your mother said last night, Trebek. Yeah. Yeah, we can do things. We can do stuffs and things. There. Come on, get dead. Get dead. Get dead. Yeah, we summoned a dragon. We summoned a dragon. It's a Durgan. So you can do the cool things when you're at Shadow Knight. You can do cool things like this, Devin. And you can summon stuff that dies, and then you have big dragons running around fighting for you. It's all cool. I got a water staff from Finny on first kit. Jesus, Radicus. Okay, you need to go out and buy a lottery ticket right now. Like, drop whatever you're doing. Go buy a lottery ticket. But you got to share half with me, because I told you. Okay? I told you, so you got to share half. But... yeah. Oh, dang, we got 2 dragons. 2 Durgans. I was torn between a couple builds, locked in on Mage now. Yeah, Mage is actually really good. Also, matter of fact, I'll log in the character that I've been playing. I hate pet builds. You can ask anyone. I make a point to tell everyone I hate, like, pet builds are not my thing. I have been playing a pet build, and it's actually a ton of fun. I really, truly do enjoy it, and I might actually see it all the way to 65. Pick swords. S words, please. I would like S words. Yes. Meow, 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 meow. Oh man, I love not being feared. It's so nice not being feared by stupid dragons. Stupid dragons that fear you. It's so nice. You can't fear me, stupid dragon. You're too stupid. See, this is how you do it without getting feared. For those of you who are watching me earlier with my ranger. It kind of sucked to start, but when I got used to it, it was all right. Yeah. Berserk. What items increase ice damage? Shield of the Frozen Wind and the... It's a bracer. It is bracer of the... Bracer of the... Is it Bracer of Precision? There you go. It's that one. It's that one. Souling the Sleeper like it's just another day in the park. Oh yeah. This is old hat for me. We've been killing this fool since day one. Smacking him around. Can the Mask of the Tinkers drop? Yeah. Yeah, the Masker, the gnome mask and the dwarf mask drop. I can do you want one, Devin? Because I can literally get you one. There's probably one sitting on the body actually right now. You sound like Sean Connery's crotchety uncle, you know, the one that's not allowed. Well, geez, man. Geez. Now that our server got sued, do you think the percent chance we see next expansion gate ever? I don't really think we have a whole lot to worry about, Christopher. I think we will see. Oh, he didn't actually. He didn't actually drop one. I have one though. If you want one, yeah. If you want one, when you do make your character and you get online, just let me know. I literally have a crap ton of them in my bank. I hoard stuff like that. So every time I make a new character, I can just grab the mask out of the bank. But yeah. Vadim, do I have a great face for radio? Vadim? Cinderlin, what's going on, Sin? How you been? Gross, a ton of crap. Yes. All the crap. Cinderlin, how are you doing? Speaking of streamers, there's another one. Look right there. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Oh yeah, radio is still a thing. XM radio? Satellite radio? That was funny. I don't care who you are. It was great for streaming until you got a cam. Oh. I'm not sure if that was meant to be an insult or a nice thing, but I'm going to take it as a nice thing. I listen to AM radio in the car still all the time, and my daughter complains about it. I do too. AM 620. I'm really fucking old now. Great. I just admitted to listening to Money Talks. I'm Bob Brinker, and this is Money Talks. The Smug Mug has returned. What's going on, E-Fault? How you doing? I haven't had to commute to work in over 5 years. No more radio. I got a face for radio and a voice for silent film. Ooh. You'll have that. You will have that. I don't believe you, though. I think you're just saying that. I think you're just saying things. Because you want to be a funny boy. Are you a funny boy, Zandu? Are you a funny boy? Meow. Radio wouldn't be so bad if they actually like played music instead of commercials for 40. Yeah, it's like MTV, right? Like everybody used to enjoy watching the videos, and then they're like reality TV show, game show, another anal bum covers for 200. Alex, man, see, I missed that one, and I'm sorry that I missed that one. Anal bum covers for 200, Alex, would have been funny. It was great. I support you. Okay, I support you. I'm doing okay. Oh shit, Cinderlin. Oh fuck, Cinderlin. Damn, I'm really sorry to hear that. Jesus. Well, if there's anything I can do. There's worse things than being broke. True. Because I'm broke. Broke in. Radio wouldn't be so, yeah. Honestly, radio plays less ads than Spotify. Well, dude, okay. Hold on. So my latest like legal video that I dropped, My wife watched it and she was like, man, she says that was a really good video, except I got a lot of ads. And I was like, why would you have gotten a lot of ads? Like, there's like, first of all, I typically only roll the like starting and ending ads. YouTube recently started doing this thing where they automatically throw ads into your stuff. And I went and I looked at it, and it was literally playing an ad every like, I don't even remember. It was like a 17 long minute video, and it was like playing ads like every 2 or 3 minutes. And I was just like, what the crap? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You got that white trash beard gene too? I do love your beard. Mine looks like I belong on that Duck Dynasty show. I mean, mine will get there. Give it time. Give it time. I actually went to the barber and had them cut my beard off recently. This is I'm trying to think. This has got to be like 3 weeks to a month of growth, maybe. I pay Spotify $12 a month and I never hear an ad. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I also use it like 60K minutes a year. You pay Spotify $12 a month, new ad. How do you get away? Mine costs 18. How come yours is 12? Tell me. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So I've branched out onto Spotify, for those of you who don't know. So I have content that I'm dropping on Spotify. We're going to be doing a podcast moving forward. And I've also been recording all the Q&As and posting those in Spotify too. And I've been working my way towards monetization over there. And today I was like looking through like my bank account, and I was like, oh, what the hell? Spotify paid me money? And I went and I looked, and then, no, they didn't pay me money. Like there was like some promotional thing where they basically gave me that month's payback. And I was like, crap. That's why ad blocker is needed. They get too greedy. I mean, just some websites you can't even see the page. Yeah. Bruja, I agree with you. Like, I think there's okay time for ads, but I also think that it's gotten kind of crazy. And the reimbursement to content creators and stuff who end up having to run these ads, like, don't see anywhere close to the value of those ads being played. Kind of wild. Yeah, my sub is $11.99 a month. That's why, because we have a family plan. Let me guess, your wife made you grow it back? Okay, you guys want to know a secret? If I shave my face, I look like I'm 12. Okay. Yeah. I have a baby face, like a really bad baby face. Yeah. Yeah. So we keep the facial hair so that people know that I'm an old man and they listen to me when I tell them things, because otherwise they're like, oh, dude, you're like 16 years old. I ain't listening to you. Oh my God, Cronenberg. Yeah, real. Wait, am I missing things because I don't have Twitch chat up? So Devin Carey, there's things going on multiple platforms. Ooh. There's people talking in both. Oh, Acadius, what's going on with you? You old turd, you. My God, in my day, we didn't have to walk all the way from Temple of Vishan all the way to Dragon Necropolis. Both ways. In the snow. It was terrible. Thanks for hooking me up today with Toady. It is funny and kind of OP. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, Obeast is good people. He's good people. Definitely a good guy to connect with. If I shave, I look like a baby. Even worse. And extra chin spawns. Oh, no. I have a beard because I think it goes well with a shaved head. Vox, I actually agree. I agree. People will tell me no, but I agree. We got rid of most of our subs, paying out way too much in subs. We just have Netflix, Disney Plus, free through Verizon. Yeah, Bruja, I have the same thing. And they started playing ads recently, and Amazon started playing ads recently. Listen, my wife loves some premium channels, okay? And she watches it. Like, she definitely gets the value out of all of them. I guarantee you she gets the value out of all of them. But I can't. I'm not a big TV watcher. Peter Pantheon, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Ooh, I like that image too. That's cool. I can't comment. I look like a homeless Jesus. You guys want to see something really funny? You want to see what I look like when I was young? I'll show you. It's going to be scary. It's going to be scary, but I'll show you the magic of hey guys, Aporia just got back to me to say that I can show you guys the test server. It's okay. It's all right. Let's see here. Hang on. Okay, you guys are gonna die. Okay, are you ready? I'm kind of embarrassed to show you. Genuinely. Oh, this is Devin. I have traveled across the interwebs to stalk you. Ooh, hot. I like it. I like this stalking. Is it still stalking if I enjoy it? If I'm here for it? All right. I have like 5 stream services for you. That nice. T-Mobile. Hell yeah. I don't even think we can get T-Mobile in Vermont. All right. I can't believe I'm going to show you guys this. Okay. This guy right here, that's me. This is my brother. This is me. Okay. Here. Oh, God. Yeah, that's me. I swear to God. I swear to God. Bro. What happened? Praise the sub. Yeah. Real talk. That's me. Hey, Devin, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Much appreciated, man. I'm guessing 96-ish. You shush. That's like my hair, and I'm like 45. Ha ha. Nice. Yeah, listen, yeah. And then actually these are some other photos here. Look at this look at this beard starts really getting unruly here. We get real. That is not a sweater vest. That is a full sweater, my friend. That is a full sweater. I live in Vermont. It gets cold. There's snow places. It gets in your butt. It's freaking crazy. All right. Yeah. Yeah. And then, sometimes you just gotta, okay? Sometimes you just gotta. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Okay, your beard is more like mine. You just take it further down on the cheek to get the patch out. Yeah. I do. I believe in onesies. Yes, this is a onesie. It is a Snorlax onesie. Maybe if you guys are lucky, I'll put it on. Hell yeah, Snorlax is the best Pokemon. There's no other Pokemon. It's the only Pokemon, okay? Maybe Liepard. Liepard's kind of cool too. But Snorlax is like the best. Hell yeah. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. All right. Now you guys know. I'm a total goob. Total goob, all right? I've done stuff. I've been places, seen things. You don't come back from some of these things. So I'm going to say right before we take off, guys, I do appreciate y'all hanging out. It is just about 8 p.m. And so we're going to move on. If you look right over here, we've got these nice little notifications talking about this wonderful veterans charity. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at that. He's got a big old long name. We've got a veterans charity, and basically we're raising money to try and help veterans who are struggling with mental health problems as well as various other disabilities. If you're interested, you can type in !charity, !stack up, or !mother lover. There's a third one and I can't remember it right now. God damn. Call to arms, !call to arms. And you can gather all kinds of information, or you can just get the link in order to donate money to this cause. We are trying to raise $1,500 to buy a supply drop, which is essentially a bunch of video game consoles and video games in which they provide them to group homes, halfway homes, things like that for veterans who are dealing with all these kinds of issues. Pretty cool, pretty neat. It's something that I stand behind. I was never in the military myself. However, literally everyone else in my family was in the military at some point or another. A lot of seamen, a lot of seamen. And yeah, so at the end of the day, it's a cause that I stand behind. I've looked into them. I've thoroughly researched them. Almost all of the money that they raise goes directly to the soldiers, and almost none of the money goes to administrative costs and things like that. So if you guys are just in the mood, or you guys want to, help some people out, it's there. And I really appreciate you. Can you link it on YouTube, assuming they don't work there? Yeah. I sure can, actually. Here. Aw. I sure can. Right there, baby. So, yeah. That being said, I do appreciate you guys hanging out today. We'll be back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Either streaming THJ or maybe streaming something else. I don't know. We were supposed to stream something other than THJ today, but whatever. Having some fun over here. So, hell yeah. So let's raid you guys out. Let's see here. Who do we got? Did Void pick up streaming? Is Void streaming now? That boy doing things, doing stuff. He sure is. I'm going to send you guys over to Variety Vizzle. You guys can go hang out with that foolio doing his weird stuff. He's probably counting his pearl necklaces. By the way, if you guys don't know, and when I raid you over to Variety Void, if you don't know, Variety Void didn't know what pocket pool was or a pearl necklace. So we tricked him to Googling pearl necklace on stream. Like, while he was streaming, he Googled pearl necklace and pocket pool. It was pretty great. So just let him know that you appreciate him and that we're here to tell him that pearl necklaces are important. And if you find a pearl necklace in game, it's customary to make sure you mail it to Variety Void's characters. I love you guys. Hey, Raw Liquid, thank you so much. Appreciate the 25. Thank you so much, man. Everybody. Jillykins, Nerd Navigator, Needin, Raw Liquid, thank you guys so much for getting us started on this wonderful day. Getting things hauled up. Technically, this isn't even supposed to start till tomorrow, but I wanted to get it out there. I love you all. You guys are awesome. If you hang through the raid, you will get channel points and tons of good vibes. Take it easy. Does he like? Well, maybe you should ask him. Maybe you should show him. Also, Miss Inputs, if you wanted to look into that streaming stuff, make sure you hit me up.